Snake, you have animations in your recent video that are like hand done by somebody. Like they did like the deal thing, like Smoke's doing the animation, you know?
Dog.
Like you hired someone to animate that.
Dog, you said Snake.
But I pointed at you.
I can't. It took
me what I was trying to say.
It took me a while to like, or like the part where he's narrating.
One of you likes reptiles. The other one's name is a reptile. It's easy to get confused here.
It took me a second. Snake is losing it over there.
Good.
Snake is losing it. Hey, Snake, great animation.
I have dementia. Why are you making fun of me? It's an actual condition.
I guess I'll do a countdown.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Kombat Kings. Sonic's newest video is very good. He's a very funny man.
Oh, thank you very much.
You agree? Yes, dog?
It is a good video. I liked it.
Good.
Oh, you watched it too? Well, thank you very much.
If you had said, "Oh, I've not seen it yet," I would have been like, "Damn, I have to go Leon Kennedy on his ass."
You tried to kill me before, but for some reason,
that's cool.
The creators of this planet will not let me leave this mortal coil. He's gone full Victor. He's got all the weapon abilities and stuff,
This
which
is
is
the
BS.
pistol Victor has, oddly enough, so you can probably turn him into Leon Kennedy.
Check him out.
People have already made him Striker, and it's glorious.
I did. That's a really good costume. I saw that one basically. Actually, since we're talking about like customizations, I can show you one customization. Actually, I posted it on Twitter.
Raven Reptile.
Yep. I just posted it on Twitter already. I think I was like,
nice.
So many people made Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I'm like, someone's gotta make a freaking reptile one. So I did that.
I remember turning Raven into Scorpion back in Tekken 5. That was cool.
Nice. But yeah, welcome to the podcast, everybody. I know the title says Mortal Kombat, but we're barely going to talk about it in this episode. We will talk about it just a little later. Cause
there's not much to say about it right now. We're in a lull period. I mean, Peacemaker's got like... by the time this goes out, it'll be like a week to go before he comes out. Maybe even seen what he looks like in gameplay by this point.
Maybe a trailer will be out soon.
We know that's the case because they released with the new seasons of Invasion, and Invasion Season 3 is coming to an end in, by the time this goes out, roughly a week.
Let me start by giving you guys a very important update. We got demonetized again! Woo! Let's go!
Which one? No.
It was the Christmas. It's the Christmas special, by the way.
Dang it, Sonic! I warned you. I've told you to take every single precaution.
Now,
and you don't listen to me.
Now, just so you guys know, by the way, I asked for them to review it, and unlike other like demonetization or problematic videos, they will be like, "Oh, it's demonetizable. That's it. End of the line. Bye." They actually specify the exact time frame as to why the video got demonetized, and the scary thing is it's 20 minutes into the video, not like 1 or 2 minutes into the video.
What was it?
Now, who would you guys like to guess who the culprit is?
Me with my guns.
You're half right, because it is you actually, Snake. The reason why we got demonetized is because the Force Snake said. Yes. That
is a very filthy word in America. That is like a forbidden, taboo word over here.
I guess so. But like, isn't that like pretty common to be saying, in like England? Am I mistaken about that? Or
yeah. In a lot of other countries, it's completely normal. It's like a regular insult. But in America, it is like a top 3 word you don't say.
Yeah.
Like if you call someone that word, they have like free reign to punch you square in the face. It's like one of those words.
Yeah, it's very funny because I saw like a video by Alpharad, like a short, and he talked about like how he got demonetized. Same situation as us, but it was not because he said the C word. It's because when he was playing Fall Guys, one of the players had like, it was called like C word destroyer. And and because of that, like just because of that player name, he got like demonetized. And YouTube said, you know, we don't want to discourage people from saying like, you can say like fuck shit and these type of swears, but please do not say the N word, the F slur, and like they just list the C word there.
Yes.
So his conclusion was like, you know, I don't really think that word is as bad as the other two if you can just like type it like that to notify me, you know?
This is something that has bugged me for years. The whole concept of swearing is ridiculous. The idea that a word is just inherently bad to say, especially with the selection they pick, like right?
Yeah.
Is a bad word. You're not supposed to say it. Why? Why?
Yeah.
Because think about it. You'd think, okay, a word is bad to say because of its definition, what it means, right? You don't say because it has this meaning. But what about crap and poo? As a noun, verb, or adjective, those three words mean the exact same thing. So why is this one singled out but not them? Those ones are mild and acceptable for kids to say. Shit is not. Yeah. Why? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It really is weird.
So if
since we're on this this weird tangent,
if bleep is not allowed, then why is vagina okay? It means the same thing.
Exactly.
It's the same definition.
I agree with the other two, like the N-word and F-slur, because those do have harmful meanings to it.
I get that. Like that's obviously understandable, even if I still feel like propping them up that way gives them power when we should be saying, fuck it, change the definitions to take their power away. That's what we should be doing as a society, not Lord Voldemort in them. No, don't kowtow to the things that give bigots power. Take the power away from them, you fucking imbeciles, you stupid
yeah.
Fuck you. All of you. I'm not giving more words to Sonic because he has to censor every time I say but
yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be annoying. What do you mean it's funny for me to add extra?
So here's another fun fact for any aspiring YouTubers out there. Sonic, whenever you censor the words, make sure not to use a bleep. Use some other weird sound effect, because YouTube is also trained to look out for bleeps and know that it's a curse word. So
you gotta
pick some other dumb sound effect.
It's like black bars,
like some like punching sound effect or something.
Similar as well, aren't they? Like use an image like a.
They got mad at me all the way back in Mortal.
Like a KK in a wheelchair. Use that instead.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. But fun trip down memory lane for 10 seconds. Way back in Mortal Kombat 11, I tried to be creative with getting rid of the fatal blows and X-rays, crushing blows, right? I had Scarlet, adorable Scarlet, looking like all artsy, and holding up a little sign that just said like a crushing blow is in progress, right? Like the old like no sound films and all that.
I see that.
Yeah. I had it in all my old Mortal Kombat 11 videos. It was really cute. Guess what? That was also getting me demonetized.
Is it
somehow?
Is
and
it
it's because of why Snake said it has a black box on screen with text on it, and that's enough for YouTube to think you're censoring something.
Wow. So that really sucks.
Which is absurd. It's like,
actually,
demonetize them for censoring the thing.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean taking the thing out so that it's not in there? That cat was censoring it. Why are we even bothering censoring it then? Just show nipples. Fuck it. It's gonna get demonetized anyway. Just go for it.
Hey, you said it, Snake. Let's freaking go.
You said it, Snake. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just remembered like when I was uploading my MK9 videos, it was like I wanted to check if there's any problems with it, and I was like half done with my Shang Tsung video, and it got demonetized. And I was like, what the heck? Why did it get demonetized? I then re-uploaded the exact same video, except I finished it. For when I haven't finished a video, I just blank screen it, like black screen, but with the text-to-speech voice, and it was fine. I was like, huh? How has more stuff made my video not get demonetized? And you explained the black screen thing, and that maybe just seeing a black screen and the Mortal Kombat title, maybe like, you're censoring something, demonetized.
Yeah,
maybe.
I can explain it. It's stupid, but just so you know how it thinks, this will explain it for you. If YouTube thinks that you're censoring anything at all, it still implies that you're somehow tangentially talking about a subject that would otherwise be censored. And they don't want anything about that. Even if you're covering it up, they don't want it, period. That's why they're also trained to look for the bleeps, and why the AI is also trained to look for censor bars, blocks, and all that, pixels, all that stuff. That's the reason why. Again, for any aspiring creators out there, like they're trying to make sure you're not even touching the subject, which is why you also get demonetized for the other stuff too. Hey, but at least they let you know. At least they demonetized you.
True.
Sometimes they'll like shadow ban a video where its views just stop dead, but they don't tell you it's demonetized. They just kind of lie to you. I've had that happen before too, where a video does tremendous in the first like 5 hours and then just drops off a cliff, and I'm like, oof, I know what happened here.
Wow, that's kind of scary actually.
Yeah.
Which is why I use kick in wheelchair censor bars, and also whenever I say a bad word, I don't bleep it. I use the Mortal Kombat like theme song to bleep it, which is like what I also use in this podcast too. I think that's fine, but I don't know if that's too loud sometimes. Maybe they'll think, oh, it's a bleep
Just
because of
be,
how loud it is.
So the takeaway is, for all aspiring YouTubers, don't.
Just don't say the C word. Oh, just don't. Yeah.
I did love that advice that I think Pat said many years ago. So it's ancient now. I think it was like 4 years ago he said this. But his
4 years
advice
is
to anyone who
ancient.
wanted to be a YouTuber, huh?
4 years is ancient.
By internet time, yeah. Like,
All right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But
4 years ago, back in
basically-
2016.
when he was back when they were invited, they used to invite YouTubers to stuff because it was
Yeah.
like an aspiring career for a lot of people. Still is.
They used to
but I
make
think
YouTube
now it's like
Rewind back in
considered
the
a
day too. Yeah. In ancient
yeah.
times.
But they were inviting Pat and Wooly and stuff to like actual school stuff and all that, where they could talk to people and like
Oh,
they'd always
cool.
ask like, "What's your advice for aspiring YouTubers?" And Pat would be super blunt and say, "Oh, start 5 years ago."
Yeah, I heard that a lot
And I was
too.
like,
yeah.
dang, he's not wrong when it comes to Let's Plays. Like, if you want to try
Yep.
to make a brand new channel on Let's Plays, good luck, dude.
Here's
Like, extremely good luck.
here's my advice. Yeah, get good luck, but also go to TikTok and Instagram. Like, I think you have a way better chance there. Like, if you want to be successful,
Pretty much.
which is a whole different meta over there, basically.
The meta on Twitch is to leave. That's the meta on
The
Twitch.
meta on Twitch is to be racist and go to kick.
Yeah.
Or be really racist and go to Rumble.
Oh.
Apparently. I think they're both completely fine, but it's like everyone's like, oh my god, Rumble has all the people that don't lean left and are center. Rah! But yeah.
I mean, I don't know much about the meta of the live streaming anyway, so I just hear a lot of crazy stories.
I
with
could
Kick, at
actually
least.
what guys, you'll get a kick out
Get a
of this
kick out of
one.
this one.
If I raise the camera up just ever so slightly and was to just raise my shirt up, I'm now doing the Twitch meta.
I can't.
Look at me go.
I'm impressed. I can't even see your nipples in that exact angle. It's actually very impressive.
Yeah. I know where my nipples are.
We'll find out if this video gets demonetized or not with that section right there. if I put like a mosaic down there, I wonder if that would make it more like worse. I don't think that would make it that would make it demonetized.
It would, absolutely.
You could edit in like a, like there's like you can find green screen footage of like God rays shooting down from like the ceiling. Do that, but just flip it vertically so like my nipples are giving off a heavenly glow and it just censors like the bottom.
Something like that, yeah.
Hallelujah.
Or Coastal Khan's massive boobs.
I'll just put.
He does
just put those
never
there.
skip chest day, dude. Kotal
Oh,
Khan
yeah.
has some impressive chesticles.
MK11 has some very impressive chests. Like, a lot of those male characters are
Oh,
buff
yeah.
as hell. Okay.
Not as buff as Tekken 8 though. Those guys are roided out, man. Like they really pushed it up.
Have you seen the boob jump scares in Tekken A? Whenever you select like offline mode or story mode in the menu, if you go because it's just Kazuya's face.
Oh, with Kazuya.
Yeah, and then like boob jump scare. Let me find that gif.
There was a fake leak. Someone photoshopped Steve Fox on the title screen instead, and it looked pretty convincing. So before the game came out, there was a theory that you could pick whichever character you
Yeah.
wanted to be at the title screen, and that'd be pretty cool. And everyone started joking about Nina because she has a massive boob window, and it was like, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. But sadly, it was a lie.
Yeah.
That'd be
I also
very
find
funny.
it super funny how you can wiggle Kazuya with the right stick if you want to. Like, it's not just a fixed camera angle. You can like wiggle him in the title
Oh.
menu, and it kind of like it ruins all the dramatic or like badass tension of just like standing there flexing because you can go just like wiggle him around. And I can't help but think back to like Mario 64 when you can grab his face and like stretch it. And
Yes.
I'm just thinking back to that. Like,
Just imagine bringing that back, and you can like grab Kazu's nipples and like stretch them out.
Okay, wait. I found one
stop,
of the
Snake! I can only get so erect.
one of the funny videos. It's like playing Tekken on the main menu screen. Yeah, we'll be very careful with Tekken spoilers until Snake plays it. But since the last episode, we've kind of just two of us gone on vacations and did our own stuff. I went to the south of Taiwan. We did a lot of things, did a lot of hiking. I beat this game, Mario Wonder. I can see why it was nominated for Game of the Year after playing through it. It's kind of friggin' amazing. It's actually just every stage you play in that game is so fun. I played with
Nice.
4 people, my brother and my parents, And it's like even if they're not good at the game, it's fine because it's one of those games where it's like you can drag your partner's corpses all the way to the end of the stage and it's fine. Well, they're ghosts, so you can just
Army
save
of
them
two.
back. That's one way to put it. Yeah, extremely
Lethal
fun.
Company.
reminds me of Baldur's Gate 3. I've barely gotten to play it, but I've watched that one meme of like the people who've beaten the game too many times and just know all the ins and outs of the game.
Uh-huh.
And they pick 4 halflings. And all they do is like just toss each other each turn
Yes.
to like get as far as possible and like speed run half the game, or they grab their own teammates and toss them off cliffs to kill them and get them out of play. And it's like, there we go, problem solved.
Very
and
fun.
All this funny stuff. I have killed off people like tough boss characters that way.
Just
and my
toss
buddy
them
was
off?
kind of helping me. Well, I've exploded them off with stuff because I see like
Oh,
explosives
nice.
nearby and all that, and they're way too high level for us. But I just kill them that way. And my friend stops me and goes, "Okay, that's valid, but just so you know, that character can actually be an ally, and they get to do some pretty cool stuff with you later on. So if you want, we can reload that." I'm like, "But I don't know how to kill them without knocking them off a cliff, man. I'm not good at this turn-based bullshit."
Play however
yeah.
play however you like.
Play it your way with a shotgun.
That's a nice
Well,
shotgun.
If it was my way, I'd be a massive degenerate. So
So
my friend was actually shocked at how I
tame
guess
you
you would call it
were.
like a western like cowboy style of playing, because I was a bit heartless in some parts, like when the guy's being tortured on the windmill and just
I
spun,
remember that,
and you
yeah.
can choose to help him, and I was like, no, and he's like, what? I'm like, it's not my problem. Like, I have nothing to do with either of these people. Why would I upset this one group that's okay with me for this guy that I don't know? He could be a jerk for all I know. Like, I'm not gonna get in the middle of this. I'm just gonna keep on going.
But I mean,
And then we ended up dying, so we went back and actually saved him.
So you
Because
did
we
go.
found out how to save him without alerting anybody, which I thought was cool. And
You can do that, yes. Like the freedom is
Yeah.
huge. How you can decide how you want to like
Or
interact with
you could
things.
You could speed it up. and
I
watch.
did that too, actually.
That
Before I
was
saved them, I was like, speed it up.
Bro.
I think my
That just takes me back. I know we're boring the crap out of Snake, but that just takes me back to like, have y'all seen that clip of the girl or the old lady that's being rescued by a helicopter? So she's in like that stretcher.
I know that
And they're
video.
about to airlift
Yes.
her away, and it just starts spinning, like crazy fast.
It's super
Dude,
funny.
I can't imagine what hell on earth that was. I can't stand even being spun a little bit.
I really
I
hope
get
that video is
nauseous immediately.
fake. With how like whatchamacallit, with how
How
like
fast she starts going at one point.
yeah. It's like, goodness gracious.
Well, the good news is, hopefully at one point, when you get spun that much, all your blood goes to the center of your mass.
So she faints
So
or
hopefully
something?
she got lightheaded and just blacked out for a bit, because that'd be way nicer than being forced to endure spins for like a solid 5 minutes or something, dude.
But yeah, overall, like, if you want a great 2D platformer and a great multiplayer game, highly recommend this one. It's not even long. I beat it super fast. I'm gonna go back and just play all the secret levels now. After that, we went to a lot of places like hiking and shenanigans. One of the, I guess, more fun like things I could show is probably like we went to go see the giant ducky that's like floating around in the south part of our country. Let me see if I can
Oh, wow.
freaking picture here. Here's
It's actually floating too, huh? It's like on the water.
on the
That's
water, the giant ducky.
cute. Nice.
It's quite popular in our country. We had it like 10 years ago, and now it's back. So now people just want to come back and check it out.
In America, we have funny, goofy stuff like that. We have the giant, like the world's biggest rubber band ball.
I heard of that.
We have
Yeah.
like the world's biggest yarn ball. All this funny stuff that like is just novelty. That's adorable.
It's quite fun.
The best that America gets is the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, where pretty much every year one of the balloons, usually Sonic, gets popped.
Oh, I know about that.
He went too fast.
By the way, this picture was taken by somebody else. Before that, we tried taking our own selfie. The sun was super big, so here's our amazing, successful picture here. My dad is covering up. Half my mom. My brother isn't smiling. I'm doing something.
I adore your quote of "the sun was super big," implying the sun is just bigger.
Did I say that? I feel like that's a
I
fine.
get what you mean, but
It may have fried.
I also love how
It may
in
have
the
fried
first
his
picture
brain.
you posted,
Looking at him, it may have fried his
Yep.
brain. She's
Fried
like,
my
"Oh,
brain.
sun, big sun."
big sun.
Round.
If you were to crop out your family in the first picture you posted, we could just pretend the duck is like Godzilla sized
Crop out that.
because there's like buildings. Yeah.
True. Yeah. I got some pretty funny merch over there too. Because I actually wanted to find those like Funko Pops that you have, Snake. Well, not Funko Pops, but, like the Ducky models, like Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil. I thought they might sell them there, but there's actually not a lot of like Ducky related merchandise there. Oh, look at that! That's nice. That's nice.
I love that.
Even though the skull
those.
is not the appropriate size for the heads, it's despicable. 0 out of 10. Would not buy again.
Here's my Ducky hammer. I don't know if you can hear all the sounds I'm making out of this.
Here's some of it, yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing is, this was on like someone on the streets just randomly saw my dad, and my dad was like, "Oh, look, that's a nice hammer. You want it? Take it. Oh, cool, thanks." And my dad's like, "Hey, I got a cute hammer." Although that parent probably wanted to throw it away, so so just give it to my dad.
I do.
I'm gonna throw this away after the
I love
podcast,
those-
anyways.
Okay, Snake, two things. One, that duck collection with Mortal Kombat stuff is extremely cool, but also, Boogie 2988 called and he wants his ducks back.
Okay, so the funny thing is, I actually showed these after the last recording session, but
Yes,
we
you
weren't
did.
recording.
Yeah.
And then Dog made the exact same joke.
Oh my god!
Did I? I have dementia, so
I thought I remember
got the
Snake. You
Dory
did the Boogie
disease.
joke, but I didn't know it was a dog who made the exact same joke. Another.
people are already making fun of me for that Peacemaker review because they're like,
The
"Did you
recent-
not watch the show?" And it's like, I totally did. It's just I forget. I watch other shows and I forget a lot of stuff that was in the show. Like it's just I forgot that he does do a human torpedo in the show and just flies E Honda style.
What did you say?
I forgot.
What did you say in the video? Why did that imply that you forgot?
Well, that's what I said too. I said, is he gonna E Honda at the opponent, or is he gonna grab the cameo and throw them? Is he gonna like have a human-sized person in like his gun and fire them like they're miniature or something? Like what does this mean? So
I mean, yeah, that could happen. Really, I actually really am interested in seeing what that move will be like. What?
I also messed up and didn't realize what scabies were because I knew you can spread scabies. So when I heard that you can spread scabies, I thought it was a disease. I did not know that it was an infestation. It's like a parasite that bores in your skin.
Basically, yeah.
Which sounds awful, by the way. That sounds disgusting.
Yeah. So the other merchandise I did get, funny enough, it was not Ducky related, but it was just literally like, there was like vendors next to the duck. You can buy food or buy like clothes, and it's like, I just found this.
I cannot
awesome.
see it. It's very small on my screen.
Oh, you can expand my screen. You see like here we got like,
Bowser.
Bowser, freaking Paper Mario. You got Tom and Jerry over here.
Ah.
You got Chip and Dale down here. You got Chip and Dale.
You know my favorite shirts that I wish they'd make more of? I wish they made more shirts of popular video game characters crossing over, like from different properties and stuff, because I always
Yeah.
found those so cool. And they're always made by like individuals. But like, for example, whenever you go to a fighting game tournament like Combo Breaker or Evo, there's always at least one shirt like that where it's got like the fighting game characters from different games all like collabing. I find that so cool. Like I would love artwork of Katana and Chun-Li fist bumping or something. That'd be like
Yeah.
super cool to me. You know, I
That'd be
love
cool.
that kind of stuff.
And yeah, so I think this is a pretty fun shirt. It's very, very illegal, but I meant like it's still like a pretty fun like.
Illegal? How?
We would not get into that, but yeah, that was basically.
Oh, because they didn't make it. Well, who cares?
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
You're allowed to wear it
well,
still. It's just
can't-
not illegal to sell it.
Can't that be said,
technically? But
can't that be
Yeah.
said of KK in a wheelchair?
Yes, and we would definitely not talk about that.
So
it's funny because the rules on that, at least in my country, are intentionally vague because this country was founded by businessmen for the most part, like deviously so. So they absolutely want you to be able to sell pretty much anything. So you could argue that KK never is in a wheelchair in the games. Therefore, the concept of him being in a wheelchair is a new idea, and because you can patent an idea, you could argue that you own that. You own the concept of KK in a wheelchair. In the same way that
Wow.
it's legal, somehow it's legal to have a parody that still has the characters in it. So, for example, my buddy had a T-shirt that was Bioshock Infinite because they create portals in that game, right? But instead of her using her power to make portals, she had a portal gun from Portal, and that's still somehow legal because it's a parody. Like, it's a joke.
Oh, nice.
She never uses a portal gun. You'd think it's double illegal because it's just two copyrighted things. But
Yeah.
apparently, combining those concepts can make something legal. Yeah.
Thanks.
And
That's an interesting tip. I mean,
that's
interesting
Yeah, just more
insight.
tips for any businessmen out
That's
there.
how all those spoof movies made their living. Is like, disaster movie. Let's put the Hulk and Iron Man and Hancock on the poster because they appear for one joke, and like that's fine. We can market our movie with these other people's characters because it's a parody, even though parody implies it's funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, just don't ever be afraid to experiment with that kind of stuff, because the most they can do, at least in America, the most they can do is tell you to stop.
Yeah.
They have to send you a cease and desist. They can't immediately come after you.
Exactly.
So that's also, again, made by businessmen. So
usually they'll just say, "Please stop." Okay, and that's the end of it for the
or
most part.
what you could also do, I should have done this. I should have jumped on the meme. Steamboat Willie is public domain now, like that version of Mickey Mouse.
Yep.
So I could have Mickey Mouse's head being held up and like have it say fatality, and that's like completely legal.
You could have
To be fair,
you could have Steamboat Willie as a character in your comic as a parody of mascot fighters.
True.
that's actually kind of a
Or
fun
alternatively,
idea.
of busted, broken Yoda bullshit. It's like here's Yoda or Servbot. Like, it's a character who doesn't fit size-wise, and then it's like he just breaks the entire thing and has to be removed.
That's definitely a good idea for later down the road, because you'd be shocked. One of the biggest hurdles I've found in making a comic is you want to take time in some areas to establish a world building or a plot point or have fun character development, but you also can't dawdle too much because the reader's going to get bored and they want to get to the action, right?
Yes.
So, and also I want to get to the action. I want them to see the cool thing, in issue 2. So that's the biggest hurdle, is like finding a way to like get to all of it. So sadly, I'll have to wait if I want to do fun jokes like that, because I don't want to hold up the reader. And also, every page is money, so we gotta be kind of efficient with this.
Exactly. I think, in my opinion, if you do like a mascot character, I would say maybe come up with your own. Actually, I think that would be fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like his own mascot.
I technically do have a mascot character. She's right here, but I haven't done much with her.
But
You're talking about the T-shirt, the nurse, lab girl, right?
I think he means an animal character.
Fucking nurse.
I said
Nurse.
lab. I changed it. She could have injections.
I think he means like a cute animal character. Like
What a scrub to not know that nurses don't wear scrubs. But yeah.
Yeah. Wait a second. That's a T-shirt that I have.
I mean, she could be used as like the corporate logo in the setting, or she could be like an announcer.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you're right. She could be. She can't be the announcer, because there's actually a cool reveal about who the announcer is. It's not me, by the way. Before you make that
maybe
like,
in
cringe
season
joke,
2, after that first season announcer is the big bad and dies or whatever the fuck, she can take over, and then she's basically just like a parody of like FGC commentators getting super hyped, like, "Where your curly mustache at? What's your podcast out?"
I was approached by the people who make plushies for YouTubers. They approached me to make a plushie, and I thought about making her like the plushie, but then I realized that like
no one knows who that is.
My audience just doesn't kind of buy that stuff really. They buy shirts.
Fair enough.
But they don't really tend to spend money on like that kind of stuff. They're a bit too old or too hardcore, one of the two. Sonic, you should definitely probably jump into the plushie market, because your mascot is like begging to be a plushie.
Like that's a good idea, but at the same time, my mascot is straight up a Digimon. So like that would be a little too close, unless if I can really change up the design. But I actually, my fans have approached me with the same thing. Like, can you make a plushie of your character?
I mean, to be fair, like,
you could make him green for Reptile.
Like, culture in
that's legally distinct.
The culture in Taiwan and China is very similar, and China's culture has always been fuck it, just steal it, and just say it's ours. So you could probably get away with it.
But you see, that's China. That's not us.
It's close enough though. Like, you have the same.
The thing is, in China,
culture.
it's really scary to the point where because we have that on TV sometimes. I literally would just be randomly walking around, and my mom would be playing like a China drama or like a China program, and just straight up you just start hearing like freaking Mario Galaxy music. I'm like, what the heck? Nobody cares about this? It's like, well, I'm sure they bought the rights or something like that. Nuh-uh. They did not buy the rights for our Nintendo music. And I've heard before, it's like, I've even heard like Undertale music sometimes too. It'd be like, yeah, these guys, they do not care. It's impressive.
Wait a minute, why is Peter Griffin selling me tea? Like in the commercial or something,
Yeah. But anyways, so that was a pretty like fun and vacation for me. And the day I came back was 6 p.m. and it was like 8 hours later I'm gonna premiere my video. So I was thinking, okay, I'm feeling really freaking sleepy right now because I've been just having a vacation for 8 days and we were doing things. How do I keep myself awake? I know, I'll play Tekken story mode. So I did that the day I came back, before I even did my like premiere of my first video. maybe even more tired.
I thought the joke was going to be like I know, I'll wake myself up with the Tekken 8 story mode. Starts Tekken 8 story mode.
Without spoiling anything, Snake, like
Basically.
it is much more hype compared to like Tekken 7, because I know Tekken 7 half of it is. That's all I'll
Though
say
to be
for
fair,
now.
the bar
family
for
died
Tekken 7
in a
is like on the
conflict,
floor.
and now I want to-
can't crawl under that thing.
That story mode for Tekken 7 is basically summed up as, my family died and I was so angry and I wanted to stab Jin Kazama with a screwdriver, but Lars told me not to, so I chose not to. This war is devils and not people. That's the story.
And his eyes were intense.
Heihachi Mishima died. Yeah, I'll believe it when I fucking see it, man. You fucking asshole. Kill yourself, bitch. That's the story, pretty much.
And we'll never hear of that reporter again, or will we? Yeah, we can talk about Tekken later, but basically, yeah, my video finally went up, and I'm very happy that a lot of people have liked it and watched it.
I was in it.
Yeah, you were randomly got a little Actually, no, both of you were in it, because I post the.
Let's fucking go!
I post our Mortal Kombat T conversation from half a year ago, basically.
Cheers. I didn't expect that clip to come back.
It's so good. I showed it to my brother like twice, and he like laughed really hard with the Mortal Kombat T part. It's such a good one. Oh, bless you. But yeah, also, like I say in the video, it'll be a monthly thing. I'll try my best to get a chapter out per month from here on out, which it's gonna be a lot of work, but I hope, and I'm very happy that you guys are enjoying it. The next video is basically done already. Like, I've already finished like almost everything with it. I'm only missing out on a couple of other people's like collabing stuff in the video, which I currently don't have. But other than that, like, video's like pretty much like done. And the funny thing is, I don't think it's gonna be the shortest episode as of right now, because chapter 2, there's not a lot I want to say. But it's gonna have a lot of edited clips, like a lot of like those funny, like big edited stuff in the video, and I think that's gonna be the highlight of the film.
I hope you have Murdoink's Johnny Cage opens the door green screen. I hope that's in there somewhere. I don't know what you could put in there, but it'll be bloody funny. Johnny Cage opens the door, and then just some like, maybe it's you. Why, Johnny? You shouldn't have.
I'm gonna. How do I say this?
That's funny. You know what you could also
How do I say this without spoiling anything? All I'm gonna say is, when Johnny opens that damn door, I put a lot of effort into like that segment. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nice.
But and also
like, the easy way out.
Snake. Yes, I did use Mortoink's green screen.
Nice.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Because the easy solution would have been to just have the Sub-Zero jump scare again.
Oh, that'd be
just because
there's
it is
so
technically
much.
Sub-Zero and Scorpion outside.
There's so much
like,
you can do
what
with
the hell?
the.
Brah! Just like jumps in the camera.
That's a funny idea. You can do so much. I really love what I did though. So you guys will see. Like, I think people will love that segment the most in my video. Like, you'll see what happens. Hey,
I still, you know what? Since we're talking about your video and the
that.
part 1, which is like the Kung Lao chapter,
yes.
I just have to say, dang you, Snake! I blame you for putting the idea in NetherRealm's head to bring back that stupid feature from MK11 where the character is limited in the match because they're limited lore-wise. I hate that. I hate that so much, and I blame you. I hate playing with a dumbed-down version of the character for like half the game.
Did you
I hate
compliment?
that I'm playing Kenshi without the spirit just because he technically doesn't have it yet.
That is
Fuck that.
Yeah,
That's
is
stupid.
Such a big
dislike
nerf.
That.
Wait, did
His moves change too. Like, he gets like new moves, which would be cool if they were like useful, but they're not.
he actually that
so,
move he
yeah.
gets is actually a move he can do with like the sheath like Sento mode? Basically, they just transfer it to like Katana mode.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And that's the only special move he has. No, he has more, but he can already use with his like Katana mode, basically. Yeah, that's the most nerfed character. Everyone else is like playing maybe like you lost maybe a third of the character. No, Kenshi's like, you're playing only a quarter of this character, basically. You lost half of his moveset, and the other part of his moveset, you don't have the spirit like Sento, you don't have his ancestor, you're just playing
Yeah.
Kenshi with a katana. The weakest character in the entire game, basically.
But I'm also not actually mad at you, Snake. I'm just teasing. But I do find it funny that you're very likely the inspiration for that.
Did you
before they never
compliment that?
cared.
Did you compliment Sonya not having her gauntlets or something?
I don't remember, but I'm
Yeah, I don't
think
He said it was cool that it was consistent because she loses her gear in the cutscene. That's why she like has to fight. Because she just blasts her way out, right? So he thought it was cool that in the gameplay, at least, it's consistent that she doesn't have any of the blast attacks.
I see.
Which I thought was fine too, except for the fact that her down one animation was made with that blast in mind. So like the range of the down one from Sonya is like a normal range of a down one, but only because her blast reaches the opponent. Her actual animation is like so bad. It's like right here because she's used to firing the blast. So it's actually NetherRealm's fault for not just modifying it and giving her a different down one for that one mode, which would not be that hard, I don't think. Just give her a different down one because she legit can't land it. The down one cannot hit the opponent. It's like physically impossible. And I'm sure we all know how bad it is when you can't crouching jab in Mortal Kombat. Like it's kind of an essential way to interrupt your opponent.
It's your like 10 framer. It's your fast move basically.
10 framer.
Sorry, I'm playing Tekken. That's what I say. Did you say 10 frame in Tekken?
The dick jab, yeah. Oh, we haven't had 9 frames in Tekken since Tag 2.
Damn.
I think that was the last game to have some 9 frames.
That's
and
scary.
It was epic because
Wait,
my
who
boy
had it,
Yoshimitsu had it.
Oh,
Just only
okay.
some characters had it. It was like very, very biased. Yoshimitsu had it. Law had it, which I think is fair because he's Bruce Lee, so he should be the fastest character, right? Like, I think that's fair. And then for some reason in Mortal Kombat 1, they kind of goofed because they tried to make it even where all the down ones are the same, right? But then they goofed it because the Shaolin characters just have the fastest standing one for some reason.
Oh.
So they still have the fastest punish in the game.
I see.
For no reason.
What's actually kind of funny is like for my
It's not
video.
funny.
I'm changing the
It's a
subject.
problem.
I'm saying in my videos to make like the video more entertaining to watch, I actually slightly learn like the characters, their optimal combos. So in my videos when you see me like playing the characters and fighting, literally I'm just like doing like the like some whatever this character could do as combo wise without cameos, because the cameos can't like I don't have like I don't know Scorpion or who's a good Kung Lao to extend my combos and stuff, or before pre-nerfed Cyrax. So I just have to play a character without cameo to make them look cool. I don't need to do that with Kenshi because there's no point with learning Kenshi. He just has that one string anyways with the nerf version. So that'll be an easy one. But that's why you do see some combos of Kung Lao and like Johnny in the video.
The Kenshi one could be a good one where it's like, here's what Kenshi can do in gameplay, and then you show off like a really good combo. Here's what Kenshi's like in story mode, and he drops it after like the second hit because he can't do all the moves.
Yeah, I do. That's part of the reason why somehow the fourth video is going to be the longest, is because I do go over like, here's base Kenshi, here's what you're missing out, just so you guys know like what's going on here, kind of a situation. So that will be like a small tangent I do have in the video.
Please,
That's a good meme idea.
Use Bury the Light.
Like the 2 dogs.
Do I have Bury the Light in that video? Because I have a lot of freaking memes that are happening in that video.
I remember when you showed us the preview of the Snowblind is now canon, and it still got me this time watching the video. That was very good.
Thanks. I do like that joke.
I also like I love how the narrator lady,
Descriptive
for
audio
people who
lady,
don't
yes.
yeah, I love how she explained to me that that's a reference to Kung Jin. Like that weapon is the same thing that he uses in
I
Mortal
said that
Kombat
actually.
X. I was like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but she named it for you, so you knew what it was.
Yeah. Actually, fun fact,
she?
it was, I said what that was, and my fans were like, oh, so like Kung Jin. And I'm like, yeah, like Kung Jin, totally, yeah. The
Or
variation.
like the relic in
Everyone's
Mortal
favorite
Kombat
character.
Onslaught. 'Cause it's a relic in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, cool.
I don't have it equipped to this character, but I did just obtain him yesterday.
Nice. Classic
Nice.
Cabal. Oh, wait, I got to do the Maximilian thing.
Ah!
Oh, cool. Is that Nightwolf? Oh, because of the helmet.
Did he do that?
Well, right now Maximilian is, every time he sees like a Tekken character, like there's like King wearing Luffy's costume. Whoa, it's Goku. Or it's
Yeah.
like he's been doing that a lot
Nice,
recently.
yeah.
It boosts engagement because people are like, oh, it's not Goku's.
I think one of my favorite
Maximilian
ones
dude does love to be anti-anime.
I think my favorite one was like when, I forgot which character, but it was like a character obviously dressing up like Nami. Orange hair, the stick in the bag and stuff like that. And he's like, whoa, is that Amarath? It's like, so, how did you think of that?
That's a good one. That's funny.
I don't
But
get
yeah.
it.
I've really loved the. Oh, never mind. It's too off topic. But yeah, his wife is very into anime, like in manga.
Ah,
so
cool,
He used to
cool.
get teased back in the day in his older videos that behind him in his set, there's tons of manga. So whenever he roasted anime or said like, I don't really know very much about anime, and they go, Maximilian, your entire bookshelf is like full with manga. And I just commented one time like, it's probably his wife's. And he went, bingo, like he replied to me.
Oh, nice.
It is definitely her.
Senpai noticed.
Yeah, so-
Nice.
Hey, he's retweeted my shit before, and
I
I've
mean,
met
you
him in
chatted
person
with
a
him
few
before,
times, too.
right? Yeah, basically.
He sadly, he was very nice. Last time we got to chat at the Tekken event, he
Nice.
sadly did not go bowling with us though, which was a shame. Nobody went bowling except for me and the staff, which was still fun.
Yeah, you told that story. It's a great experience.
He saw it twice before at least. We're not doing it again, dog. You're not doing it again. You're not
No
my
more
dad.
Tekken bowling.
Stop it.
Leave it in Tekken 7. it's now beach volleyball and then the new Tekken.
It better be with bikinis included. Then I'm totally down.
Only one character has
So
a bikini.
far,
in
only
the
one
game.
lady has a
Yeah, only
bikini.
one character. I want every character needs a bikini in the game, and including the males.
Agreed.
Like I'm having a hard time like customizing my characters. I'm like, seriously, the most leg you're showing is down to like your knees. Like, come on, in Tekken 7,
Yeah.
you got
That's awesome.
underpants. You can make King wear like a painted like Jaguar suit. Come on now. Why are they kissing?
Why not?
That's the good ending. They didn't have to fight at all. They settled their differences.
That's Liu
in a
Kang, right?
different
Okay, I thought that was like
Yeah.
Ko Young.
No, Cole Young
Well,
is...
I was gonna joke that
versatile.
could easily just be a Bruce Lee figure, and you wouldn't know the
Yeah,
difference because it's
that's-
MK1
that's
Liu
why it's
Kang,
such-
which is just Bruce Lee.
That's why it's so stupid that they picked him. Like, you're doing an MK1 set. Why would you pick him? Why would you not pick Jonathan Cage or Sonya Marvel's Blade? Fuck.
Oh, did you guys actually see the sponsor that's in my room? What's that?
What?
What's going on? Huh? Oh wow! Look at this. Huh? Oh, what's this over here? Look at that. Woo!
Okay.
No, this is just my brother is like making like CDs basically for his songs, and he made like this whole entire like collectible like kind of a thing basically. It's also this kind
That's
of
not a sponsor.
well the
That's
sponsor.
a shameless self-promotion.
Well, the shameless self promotion is also. I just wanted to mention that my brother has a new song basically, and he's kind of like promoting it around. Where is the flavor?
Where is the love? Where is the joy? Where is the soul? Where is the blood? Where is the fun? Trippin' ain't got it, mama ain't got it.
Are you in the music video?
I was planned to, but they cut me off unfortunately.
Oh,
Well, it's essentially like they needed some like people in the background, and then I was like, okay, I'm here to film, guys. And then it was like, okay, they got two of my brother's friends, and then that's all they filmed as background characters. And I'm like, so am I not gonna get filmed? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna be in the back here writing my script for the Baraka chapter. And then we were filming there for like 6 hours, and then like by the time we were done filming, I finished my Baraka script. Like, yes, I finished my script. Today was worth it. But yeah, I've got my brother's song here basically. I'll be playing it in the background, and like would appreciate if you guys just give it a check. Give it a check. He worked very hard on this song. That's
Nice.
all the sponsorship I've
I'm a
got
huge
here.
fan of indie music.
He's kind of becoming a micro celebrity in Taiwan actually. Like legit.
Hell yeah.
In Instagram, he has like I think like 100,000 like followers and stuff like that. Like out of nowhere, he's becoming like very popular. I went out with dinner with our entire family, and just out of nowhere, like he got recognized. Like he's kind of becoming like pretty popular like in our country. So it's kind of cool.
I have the perfect idea. You need to do a collaboration with brother and you, and he makes a song called "Normal People Fighting." And it's like one big MK parody for the music video, and you're there dressed as Reptile, like and he's like beating you up, and you're there like jobbing, and it's like his outfit changes repeatedly to advance through the years, through the sequels, and you're still jobbing out every time because that's the Reptile way, and that's the joke. And like no one will get it. No one will get it outside of like the people who watched your video specifically.
True. You're like, huh? What the heck is going on? I probably will get him to sing a song because there will be a like a KK in a wheelchair type song in the future, may or may not, and I'll probably get him back for that. It's kind of funny because I recently got a comment when that song, it was on the Kick in a Wheelchair song, and someone was like, "Wow, your voice is amazing." And I'm like, "Thanks, that's my brother."
Well, that's who it was.
Oh, the singing part, that's my brother. Yeah, that was yeah.
So yeah, guys, go re-listen to KK in a Wheelchair, and that'll give you a preview, an advanced preview of what is in this album. You're like, oh, this guy's a good singer. I'm gonna check this out. Oh,
ooh. It's very funny because I kind of talked about my brother like a couple of times in my videos in the podcast, and whenever my brother gets like comments, he'd be like, "Oh, it's comments from your fans. Oh, how do you know? Because they're saying English?" No, because they always just say "kick in a wheelchair" in the comment section of my music video. Yeah, I'm contained.
Yeah.
I'm a parasite. No one escapes this.
In his next music video, there's just a shot of you in your reptile costume or in green face paint or whatever, just sat in a wheelchair. And like it just shows that like he's completely disconnected from everything else. It's just there for one shot.
Just one picture of me in the wheelchair.
What is this? Why is a guy in a wheelchair with green face paint? And he's like, oh, it's deep lore. You wouldn't get it.
Deep lore. Like the 1% of people would be like,
roll out.
But yeah, that's all I've got to say with myself. I've been very like active, like vacationing and the video shenanigans. Like I guess like. I watched some animes like Jujutsu, Free Ren, like those have been popular recently. Checking those out. I watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem recently. That was pretty good actually. I quite liked that movie.
You already told us that.
I did? Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was on your 3x3, wasn't it?
No, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What the heck? What do you think I was?
Yeah, that was on your 3x3, wasn't it?
What? No.
I know you've at least told me that
put
you've
Puss
watched
in
it
Boots
before.
on 3x3.
Maybe it was off camera, because for anyone not aware, we talked for like 3 more hours.
But
once
I'm
we're done recording.
pretty certain
It
I
takes
never
that
told
long
you
to
guys I
render and
watched.
upload our stuff.
I'm pretty certain I never told you guys I watched this movie.
Either way, I'm not risking it. You're not allowed to talk about it.
Okay. So random.
No, go on.
I already don't like it because I don't like Seth Rogen, but you know, I might make an exception.
I think okay, it's a very kids movie.
He's a horrible two-faced person.
But I mean, he's just a producer, right? He didn't really write or do anything else in the movie. He just paid for it.
But he's also really bad at producing. That's why Invincible has a random season mid-break when it's only like 8 episodes.
That's
anyway.
his fault? I didn't know that.
He's the producer. It's his job to like make everything run smoothly and provide money so things are done on time. That's like what a producer does.
I will say, I think the art style alone like could get you interested, dog, and the action. The action's actually like really good. I was like
the
kind
art
of
style
shocked.
is pretty good, except for the horrible redesigns of certain characters, like Splinter. Good God,
The thing
that's
is,
like
though,
the dumbest he's ever looked.
every character in the movie looks ugly. Intentionally. Like, I mean, even the humans. Like, random street
I
pedestrian
love the
characters
joke that
look ugly.
yeah.
Like, the turtles look actually the most normal, but at the same time, like, I kind of appreciate that from an art style direction because it's obvious that that's the intention of just everyone looks ugly. Everyone looks weird proportionally wise. It's like kind of like kid drawn style in a way.
Yeah, very stylized. I'm
Yeah.
okay with the art style. The animators are very rarely the people that drop the ball. It's usually somebody else, like the writers or something, you know?
Yeah.
But I will say I love the joke that April O'Neil is more turtle-shaped than the Ninja Turtles.
I have
That joke will never
heard
stop being
you.
funny to me.
I have heard you say that. All the humans actually do look more ugly than the
Hey,
turtles.
it's pretty accurate to modern day America. We all obese out here. It's a problem, but we joke about it because you know you gotta laugh the pain.
Whoa! Wait, that's sick. Woo! I remember seeing that before. It was very expensive. That's sick.
Epic.
Gone for a decent price. It's like £100. Same with the reptile one.
Will you trade it for
Wow,
my Jin
nice.
statue?
Jin statue. Your free Jin
My
statue.
devil Jin.
You should be showcasing that. It's like freaking. You're worried that this is a Tekken episode. Why aren't you showing them?
My set's all the way back there. He's back there. It's just the set's really far away.
I was like half considering getting like this really big like figure before, and I was like, yo, it's like $400, and I like really want it, but it's so good. And then I recently found out that it's like $700, and I'm like,
How big is it?
not bad. A little shorter than your Ivy fat statue. It's a tiny bit.
Oh, my Ivy statue's huge.
It's about
but-
about like
okay,
about like this big.
That's
probably,
a
I would
fair
assume.
price then.
It's just
Because the cool thing about the big ones is, I'll say this right, the small ones I feel like are a bigger waste of money because like you look at the face and like it looks kind of crappy a lot of the time. You know, it's like it's just painted. But when you buy the big ones, they actually have eyeballs. Like they're not painted. They're actually like an eye inside of a socket. It's all glossy. You know, it looks really good.
More
the hair is
detailed.
actually got individual like. It's not real hair because that would look dumber than statue hair probably. But it's got like.
wait, I just
actual-
realized. Yeah, what you did, Snake.
Yeah.
You're putting. That's cool.
Yes.
That's actually a very cool pose.
Fatality him. But I was gonna say on the subject of $400 or $700, mission accomplished. Somebody bought that
You
extra
did it?
Ivy statue I had on day one.
Wow,
Yeah.
you congratulations!
immediately
I
got
saw
emails.
I saw your video and it's like because you tried selling it on our podcast and that didn't work, so you decided to make a main video about it.
Did I? Okay.
Well, you mentioned it. You were like, I can email me. I can sell for half price, like about half a year ago, and now you're like,
Yeah.
fuck it, main video time. Which is also quite a fun
and I
video
only-
too.
That was a desperation move because I only did that because despite my efforts, I did not have enough videos stored up while I was on vacation in New Mexico to go skiing. So I was like, dang it, I have to reach into my reserves. Here's one of them.
Nice.
And I have a few.
Well, congrats on selling your $400 Ivy figure. Well, $800, but I mean, you decided to like sell that. Actually, why don't we segue to you, dog? I'm curious about your New Mexico like skiing vacation.
Yeah, it turns out I'm better at skiing than I thought I would be because the first time I skied, I was a kid and I was pretty good at it. But then when I went back to ski again as like a young adult, like 14 or 15, I quickly learned that it's much harder to ski and snowboard when you're heavier. Like I wasn't fat or anything, but like it's just way harder to stop. And like when you pick up speed, it's way scarier because when you fall, it's gonna actually really hurt because you're tall now, right? But then I went back this time and I was pretty good. I thought I was a pretty decent skier. I didn't do any of the black diamonds or anything, but I was doing like the blues and stuff, and it was pretty fun. I was unlocking my abilities as I got better. You know, like first I was forcing it like myself to learn, then I got more comfortable with it. It felt more natural. Then I just learned subtle things like how, oh well, since we've been here all day today, people have like been skiing in certain angles. So if I go the angle they were skiing in, it's smoother than to go against it. Which is why I would like chop my skis sometimes. Like you're either or you're because you're constantly cutting through their path. You know what I mean? That they were going down.
I see.
But that's why you also want to get there early. Because if you get there early, it's just all fresh snow for you, and then like you can do whatever you want. It's nice. That's also why I think, ironically enough, the Black Diamond slopes might be easier in that regard because no one's up there. So like you have fresh snow, it's easier to cut and like stop in.
Interesting. I didn't
Whereas
expect to
ironically, if
think
you're
of
on the
fresh
green or the
snow.
blues, yeah. Whereas if you're on the greens, everyone's skiing there, so like it all gets kind of flattened or it all gets like cut in a certain path, and it makes it harder to like go where you want to go and stuff. My buddy, poor guy, couldn't do any of it. He lives there, but he doesn't ski very much. And he could not escape the bunny slope. He did some greens with me, but he kept falling down. And he couldn't get past his fear of, like, falling down.
Oh.
I don't think I fell down once, which is shocking. I totally was ready and going to accept falling down, but I never did.
Nice. The I was on vacation when one of your videos showed up in my feed, and you showed like a 5-second clip of you skiing, and I'm like, oh, look at that, he's skiing. Look, I showed my brother too. I was like, look, he's skiing. Wow, it's so cool.
Skiing's fun. I wish I lived.
Did you like
I
GoPro
wish
that
they
basically?
did my original
like,
idea.
how did you film that? Your skiing footage.
Little GoPro.
Nice.
But yeah, skiing is fun. I wish if I go again, this time we're gonna do my plan, which was to just what he did was just drive me up there, but it's like a 2-hour or like hour and a half long drive there and back, so they only did it a couple of days of skiing. Whereas my intention when I went there was to just have a hotel already near there, and he could just stay at my hotel with me if he wanted to over the weekend, and we just ski every day. That was my plan, and we didn't go with that plan.
So you only skied for one day.
I
basically.
saw elk. That was fun too. Saw a bunch of
Nice.
elk because they live over there. So skiing is actually like to rent the equipment is surprisingly cheap, but the ticket is what's expensive. Like the ticket to actually ski is pricey. It's like $130 to ski for one day, with just the ticket.
That's more
much.
than Disneyland. What the heck?
Yeah, so you want to get there early. Hey, well, Disneyland does not give you the opportunity to break a bone, so it's objectively less fun.
I see.
Got to have that risk or it's not fun. Oh, also, nobody bumped into me, which is also epic. Now, to be fair, I was looking out for people like a lot, but that's a big thing about skiing and snowboarding is like people will bump into you more often than you'll fall down because they're just either not looking or you're not looking, one of the two. But like it's so easy to just like bump into somebody by accident. It's frustrating, but
Nice.
well, for one, we went there in January, which is not the biggest snow period. I think it's February for New Mexico, but also it was on a school day, so just objectively less families were there. There were still a lot of kids there, and I'm like, you guys are all playing hooky in broad daylight. Arrest these parents. Arrest them.
Yeah, same situation here. A lot of places we went to should have been like crowded, like super crowded, but because it's not vacation time, winter vacation for many people yet, so that'll be next week mostly. So we kind of just went with like not a lot of people, which is great.
The best time to do a fun trip, apparently, if you want to save money, is like either January 1st or the 2nd, because everyone's hungover from celebrating New Year's,
that's kinda
and
smart.
they're not traveling. It's like one of the most motionless days in terms of like human travel. Like most people are not doing anything the next day because they're just like hungover or tired or spending time with family. It could be a wholesome thing too, but they're just typically not moving on that day.
My on the New Year's Eve, my friend was like he had nowhere to stay, so he had to go back to like home in the train station, and he was like, so I'm just gonna like go to the train station I'm gonna stay up till 6 a.m. on January 1st to just walk to the train station and take it and go back. No one is gonna wake up then. Everyone's staying up because it's January 1st, so nobody's at like the train station basically.
I see. Well, I mean, that's pretty much the only interesting thing I did, aside from play a lot of Tekken lately. And it's been so funny to watch people in the comments with the most narrow-minded, worm brain take of like, oh, he's playing a different game. More proof that Mortal Kombat 1 is dead. And it's like, dude, I always played Tekken. You can find Tekken 7 guides still on my channel. Like, I used to do that all the time.
You played Tekken when the beta was out,
there was nothing
too.
to talk about with regards to these games.
Well, dog, is Mortal Kombat 1 dead? I mean,
Is it time? Can we transition to that topic?
Well, we
Sonic?
can transition to that, but
I name dropped the episode, guys. Pay attention.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just
funny
curious.
bit, I assure you.
I'm just curious if Snake, you want to share anything, or should we just anything interesting you've done, basically? We will shit talk MK, guys. Don't worry, we're not shills. We will shit talk this game.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Just like tears open his shirt and has like an S and it's like for shill.
No. Tears open the shirt and it's WB. WB t-shirt.
Never.
No one's gonna die on that hill. For WB.
So yeah,
It's
anything.
not just a WB thing. It's like I don't like most major corporations at this point. They're all changing and diluting things that I love, whether it be Disney or Warner Brothers or Fox or any other big company. You can't even call it Fox anymore. They changed the name, so that's gone too.
I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
20th Century Films or some bullshit.
Oh yeah,
called
I was
Searchlight
like, what the heck?
Productions.
That's like the classic like logo, and they like changed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what's up with you, Snake? How you been?
Slippers.
Oh, those are cute. Look at that.
Because I was getting slippers for everyone else in my family. Because I saw, it was one of those where I saw one, I was like, yeah, that's a good one. Everyone should get a pair. So I got a pair for everyone, and they got those for myself as well as the Sonic ones.
Nice. Those are cute.
Yeah. Let's see. I've been getting more guns. I got a P90. That's very cool.
We noticed that from the beginning of this podcast.
Are they always that small? Is that like life size?
I don't think so. I think the only,
Yeah.
I think the only one who
Okay, I
got.
was gonna be really.
I imagine the only one who got to the proper size is the Spas 12, because that one's
Okay.
like proper massive. But yeah, these are.
I was about to be really surprised,
only
but
the
then again, I think you can dual wield P90s in Call of Duty, so they might
Yeah.
be a lot smaller than I think.
Oh,
You can in Far Cry as well, because it's a submachine gun. But I
Yeah,
just like
submachine guns.
I just like the P90 since Solid has had one in MGS2. And he's like
Oh,
spins
nice.
it around and then catches it and then blows someone's brains out.
Yeah, P90s are very fast, but they're very spastic, so you gotta like hold them very still. From what I played with it.
The Car 98K, I'm not sure if I've ever shown this one off.
I just love how like in one, I think it was on Twitter once, someone like replied in the comment section, it's like average Combat Kings like episode, like Sonic and Dog are chatting, and then Snake in the image of like the so I started blasting that image basically.
So anyway, I just started blasting.
Yeah. Someone was like
one Indian movie where the guy like it's like a Terminator with all these guns just popping out like a Looney Tunes. Like,
oh my gosh, I love that. I love that 10-minute clip of someone just plastering all clips of that movie. It's insane. I was thinking of in John Wick 2 when it's like, here is the gun that does this, and Mr. John Wick, you got this gun that does all these things. Basically that scene again.
I definitely do want to edit that one clip just now of Sonic. You ask him like, what have you been doing lately, Snake? And he just goes, slipper. I just want to cut away and just like, that's
it, slipper.
It says slipper. It just it seems so funny in my head. Like, this is perfect.
I'll see if that could be funny enough to be the intro. But yeah, so what's up with you, Snake? How you been?
Slippers.
Oh, look at that! Is that Lego?
Yeah.
No, that's not. It is Lego. Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I know that place. They showed that in Blue Samurai or Blue Eye Samurai.
He made
it's the castle in Sekiro. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, actually, okay. Sorry, a bit of a tangent here. Speaking of Blue Eye Samurai, I have successfully converted my father and my brother to watch that show.
Hell yeah.
And my brother was
Hell
like, I don't really think this is gonna be a show for me. I'm like not really that interested. 1 week later, he's like, I am sorry, I have doubted your religion. Now I am starting to become converting other people to watch this show as much as possible. It is my job now, basically. Yeah, people are
so
now
good.
starting to really like get on the hype train, being like, "Oh shit, this is good." Like more and more recently, which is great.
It's still on my watch list. We've not got around to it yet, though.
Yeah, gotta check it out.
You son of a gun.
Go check it
He's
out.
too busy watching his like slice of life anime.
Father.
What?
You call me a son of a gun.
Father.
Oh,
son of a gun.
good
Gotcha.
one,
Nice.
good one.
You fucking idiot.
Took
Is that Aaron
dumb,
Black's
dumb
gun?
asshole. Fucking stupid piece of shit.
Get on my
Be careful, you're getting close to the word
200
that we
IQ
can't
joke.
say.
Well,
Be careful not to say the C word.
He's approaching the tier list. He's like going up the tiers.
You dumb pussy.
You want to fight me, you fucking pussy? Just like a like voice critical. Do it, you fucking pussy. That man is I love Charlie, but he is such a sellout,
These
man. I
are
cannot
Max.
go one video without seeing an ad by him on YouTube.
Oh, really?
These
Wait,
are
really?
Max.
You see ads? You mean like YouTube ads of him?
Yeah,
Interesting.
he does Opera GX.
So like the YouTube ad will play him or something like that?
Yes.
Oh,
He has
wow.
like 4 different ones that are for Opera GX. Like now technically he does use the product, so it's not really selling out. He just loves the product. But
Interesting.
I've never seen a YouTuber sell out so hard that they're an official ad that shows up on. Oh wait, I did. Damn it! You said you
Yeah,
got
that's
an ad
right.
for me
You
for
were
that
you were
one
on a YouTube
thing.
ad before too of one of like the
Sell
mobile
out.
games. So like, what were you saying, dog? What
How
was that?
fucking dare you, Snake,
What is that?
imply that I am a sellout? Now, if you excuse me, my allergies are acting up.
I mean,
and I need some energy. So if you'll excuse me.
I mean, technically speaking, if Sonic or I ever shill your comic, aren't we technically selling out?
Eh.
It's over, guys.
I'm not a major
done.
company, so I don't think so.
It's over. We got a harakiri, all of us.
Though I do love that every time I do a Raid Shadow Legends, you can tell who like the new viewers are, or just like the casual viewers, because they always say like, "I can't believe it. He was one of the few that didn't do a raid."
Yeah,
ad."
I got that.
And I'm
when
like,
I-
where
when
have
I
you
got
been? It's like my
raid.
Yeah,
fifth
people
one,
really hate like if you do raid ads, and like
and it's a fun game to me. But I'm not a big mobile game guy, but I have fun with it.
no,
I-
no, it's not true. You're a show. No way. There's no way you actually like the game. Scott the Waz made a video complaining about that game, so that means it's not true.
I've got
I mean,
so
I mean,
many
come on.
champions 6-starred with all the purple too. Like they're not just all
Like,
leveled up; they've got all the
at that.
skills leveled up too.
Look at that, the fucking Monster Hunter collaboration they did.
Snake
That's pretty dope.
Snake legit like likes these games. Like, so that's something that like people gotta
It has
understand.
hot women with 6-pack abs. What's not to
I-
like?
it has-
and they
honestly-
got big booties.
It has
Honest-
Xena Warrior Princess.
and the men are
in it.
hot too.
Xena Warrior
Honestly-
Princess is in this game.
Like,
Yes.
That's not even a joke. She's actually in it.
Hot.
I
But not
never
Mortal
really
Kombat
don't
for
want to
some
really
dumb
like
reason.
be like a big corporate show kind of a thing, but I legit would want to do a Raid Shadow Legends like sponsor, specifically because I know there's a lot of lizard men in that. There's a lot of scalies in that. That's the only reason.
You'd have a bit where you're like me, where I'm just like, look at those apps, and you're just there like, oh, scaly boys, yes.
Oh, look at those
Also,
scales.
you know what, Sonic? I have to make this joke real quick. You would like the new He-Man show on Netflix, not the first one that was terrible. The new one is actually not bad. Revolution.
Recent?
He-Man Revolution.
Let's see.
It is a sequel to the other one, but it's actually good this time because they're
Oh,
not
cool.
forcing He-Man to take a back seat.
This is a new
It's actually
show.
decent. It's very short too. It's like 5 episodes or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I like her.
She's a healer.
I like her.
Why would I like this show, TrueUnderDawg?
Oh, because you know the main, you know Tila, right? I have a statue of her behind me actually.
Yeah, you showed me that before, yeah.
So Tila just totally becomes a scaly in like episode 2 because she has to unlock snake magic. Like there's a huge thing about snakes for like the whole season, and she becomes like Snake Woman. And then later on, she becomes like for a split second, she becomes like Demon Woman. It's a long story, but just like combine all 3 realms pretty much, like their different powers. And each time she grabs the staff, she takes that form because she's a mage. So it makes sense that she does stuff like that. The only part that I think is I like her too. She's a low level. Like actually, if you max her, she's shockingly good in the arena,
Interesting.
and she's hot. That's how Tanya
And
should
she's hot.
look.
Ah?
But we have mods for that.
Oh look,
so-
look, a buff archer.
Oh my.
That's pretty rare. Normally they're like the
Hey,
agile
Snake
ones.
hates
wait,
those.
wait, hang on a second. We're not actually sponsored by Raid. You gotta put that away, Snake.
Fuck you.
One of the champions I wish I had, and I'm super jealous that I don't, because she just has like, she's not even that revealing. It's just like she's revealing in the way that I like it. She's like a
So, like,
Native
armpits or
American
something?
shaman kind of lady. So she has like a.
Let's go! Yes!
There's an entire faction of just scalies in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm okay with being sponsored by them if that ever happens. Look at
Yeah,
that!
that guy too, with a skull
Cool.
face or a helmet.
He
Is that
turns.
Cubone?
He turns.
Yep, he turns. Yeah, you can turn him yourself and all that's pretty fun. But yeah, there's a Raven lady who's like got her entire side of her body exposed because she's wearing like a drape that goes over the front and the back, but not the side.
That looks a
find
little
that
like Killer
very
Croc,
hot.
actually.
No, it doesn't, you dummy.
You dummy thick.
Killer Croc's a human with scales.
I love the part where it's like the phrase dummy thick. It's like over here both of those words mean stupid.
Dummy thick.
That's
oh,
true,
really?
yeah.
Thick means stupid. Okay, I guess
and
so.
dumb
Thick
also
in the
means
head.
to be.
Thicky.
Well, actually, apparently, dumb. The original origin of the word "dumb" means quiet. That's why you can be struck dumb, or why you're dumbfounded because you become so shocked that you're quiet. And it's also why over there, in Snake's Land,
Cool.
they call pacifiers dummies
Ah, yeah.
Ah,
because they quiet people.
interesting.
You also call erasers rubbers, which is very funny to me because we call that condoms. So if someone says,
I
"Do you
didn't
want
know-
a rubber?" It's like right now.
I didn't know about that. That's interesting.
And torches
Oh, yeah.
for flashlights, which is adorable too. Yo, is that Natsu?
That
is
actually-
that Taki?
No,
from
you've
Soul
not seen this
Calibur?
character in another video game. How dare you imply such a thing?
From
is
afar,
so
it gave me
absurd about that
katana
outfit.
vibes a bit. From afar.
This is the original. This
Well, do you
is
see
the,
what she's
this
wearing,
is the completely
though?
original character statue. How dare you imply anything of the sort? Please sponsor me again, Raid. I need the money.
Right? so the
These
dirtier
guns aren't
minded
cheap.
people.
These guns aren't cheap.
I bet.
a weird-
I bet
Yeah,
all
collect-
those guns
collecting in
combined
general
could
is
buy
not
the
cheap.
$700 figure that I was thinking of buying.
But if you look closely, the more degenerate people watching our video right now will notice what that ninja is wearing, and how like degenerate that is.
Let's not talk about it. Because I'm pretty sure you would notice it eventually.
Well, I mean, it's pretty hard to not know, even if you just like casually glance at it. On top of her skin-tight outfit, she's wearing straight up BDSM ropes.
Yeah, okay, you just said, okay, it was more fun if we could guess that. You just gave the answer out. How dare you?
Then cut that part out. You're the editor. Just cut that part out.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Son.
There he is.
I like
It's Sun Wukong from League of Legends. Oh my gosh.
Go on, Sonic.
Did they just straight up call him Sun Wukong?
Tell us how he's supposed to be pronounced, not Sun Wukong or Son Wukong or Song.
You want the actual pronunciation in Chinese? Sun Wukong. That's actually how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, there you go.
Sun
learn
Wukong.
something.
Well, actually, I don't know if they pronounce it differently in like Mandarin, because our like Taiwanese speaking and Chinese, like China Mandarin way of speaking is different. So maybe they have like a different way of saying it, but that's how we say Sun Wukong over here.
It's fine.
And do you have anything else you want to say, or are we ready to show MK? I mean, shit, MK.
Well, before we get to the negative, let's talk about the somewhat positive. Also, is my video okay? Because it seems to be a bit of a lower frame rate. I don't know what's going on.
Well, the thing is, if you're recording over there, it'll be fine. I mean, on our screen, you look normal-ish.
Yeah, the frame rate looks fine. You're just a bit out of focus.
You're recording, but it's okay. Like for me, if I record my Discord, I will be forever perfect, but you two will be a bit like low frame rate and stuff. But you will be fine on your end.
Recording or not, you're always forever perfect.
Oh, he's gone!
Snake.
No!
He left on a high note.
That was a great.
Dipped.
That was a great last like line from Snake. If he just like
I can't
cut off
believe the
from
rest of my
universe.
parts in this podcast are going to be cut for time. Damn.
I can't believe that Snake fucking died.
I can't believe Snake has been
Right after
replaced
that.
by AI now. It's just text to speech
No!
now.
No! Oh!
What? What?
So some people in my Discord server had this thing where they were asking various AI characters on Character AI what they thought, like smash or pass me.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like some of them were on board, like Sindel. I started with someone asking the three Sindels: Classic, Netherrealm, and the new version. And I think it was like, I think the new one wasn't on board with it because she's like technically married or something. The classic one said yes, and the Netherrealm one hates me and went on a rant about how my videos suck. And it's like, how does the AI know who I am? And there are a few others, like they went around to find a few other characters, and I found there was a Jill Valentine one.
Okay.
And I had to have a debate with her to convince her these videos you're citing where I say Capcom is going woke for redesigning the characters. These videos don't exist, Jill. I don't know where you're getting this information. So I just like. I talk to directly to the AI chatbot behind her. So you say, look, these videos don't exist. I don't know where you get this information from. It's not like that. Then the AI and Jill both came around and like, yeah.
The only thing woke about the new Resident Evil games is that the dialogue went from unique and funny and like corny to just generically bland now, because they removed a lot of those jokes. So now it's just like they describe what literally happens.
In the new Resident Evil 7 and 8, but I mean Resident Evil 4, they tried.
I love the idea.
Remake, I mean.
I love the idea of generically bland being one of like the core cornerstones of woke culture.
It really is. Like, you can tell when it's like been overseen by people that like don't let you make any jokes about anything, so it just comes off as really boring, or it's the same joke you've heard like 100 times, like the same safe joke. You know,
I don't know. It depends on your definition. Like, I wouldn't count that woke. Like, I feel like woke is like here, but like that just sounds like here. You know what I mean? Like, that just sounds like okay, bad writing.
Sure. We'll just call it well, it's not actually the definition of woke. My joke is that it's like a side effect a lot of the time. Like, the people who make things woke are also the same people that make things bland or like a bit stale.
I can see that.
Just typically.
Yeah, I personally just feel like whenever I always find it very funny whenever it's like, oh, bad at writing must be the woke. You know, that is funny to me.
Must be the woke.
Yeah, if you get to that part, basically. Yeah.
Like in the RE2 remake, didn't they get rid of the or like in the RE1 remake, one of the two? Because I'm not a Resident Evil. I appreciate the games. I think they're really cool, but I never got to actually play them because they were always on consoles I didn't own. But he used to say you were almost a Jill sandwich.
That was
and
one.
I think they removed that line.
Yeah, because it's a silly line. Like the point of the
But that's why
remake,
it's cool though, because it's funny.
Like, the idea of the one remake was to make the series more presentable. less like dumb and bad. Because most of the reason why a lot of the deliveries are bad is because they actually mashed up multiple takes. So when Wesker says, "Stop it! Don't open that door," it's because they mashed
really?
up
That's
like
hilarious.
4 different takes and put them together because it's what the Japanese people who don't speak English thought sounded good, not considering that this sounds fucking atrocious to someone who actually understands English.
That's hilarious.
It's like how it's harder to tell a bad performance from like in an anime in the Japanese version because you don't speak Japanese.
Yeah,
But in a
exactly.
dub, you're like, wow, that take was terrible. You couldn't have done another take. And so they were trying to make the series presentable. But that was 2002, so that's way before the whole wokeoids came along and ruined everything.
No. They just became more awake by then, but they were always there. Snake.
More
They were
awake.
just
More
slowly
awake.
making their move.
More awake.
Yeah.
So
They had not fully awoken yet to become the most woke.
are we gonna like?
They were still like only kind of woke.
Is this gonna be like
awakened.
3 phases of woke? You have woke, awakened. I don't know. But what is that?
You actually unsheath that. That's adorable. You can actually unsheath it. That's awesome.
That's very cool.
Excalibur!
Bzzz.
Nice.
Look at that.
That's cool.
It's made of metal as well. It's pretty damn cool.
Speaking of,
I am tempted every day to send Snake whatever random saber memes that somehow just pop into my feed
Oh,
or
really?
Google search or something. Because
Nice.
they're just popular, especially in YouTube Shorts. Like I'll just see like someone does AI art of like Saber dancing, but she's like changing to different versions of Saber.
Oh yeah.
oh, I remember that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. That's cool.
But they make more than one though. Yeah.
There are some people who do these little animations with the fake Grand Order arcade models, and like they actually have voice acting for it. And like Saber has an English accent, like she should do, and Jean d'Arc has French, and Jean is like good friends with the Doomslayer because they pray together at church because he fights demons. So of course he would be with like. He goes to church, and then the Grinch like tries to murder Santa and to take over Christmas. So then Doom Guy's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy for trying to ruin Christmas."
Very interesting.
By the way, speaking of amazing like stuff like that, Snake, you have animations in your recent video that are like hand done by somebody. Like they did like the deal thing, like Smoke's doing the animation, you know?
Dog.
Like you hired someone to animate that.
Dog. You said snake.
But I pointed at you.
I can't. It took.
Knew what I was trying
It took
to
me.
say.
It took me a while to like. Wait, what hand animated? What is like someone animate like in Snake's comic, like, or like is the part where he's
Listen,
narrating?
one of you likes reptiles, the other one's name is a reptile. It's easy to get confused here.
It took me a second. Snake is losing it over there.
Good.
Snake is losing it.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah,
Hey, Snake,
I
great
said earlier I have
animation.
dementia. Why are you making fun of me? It's an actual condition.
Oh my gosh, you broke Snake.
Dude, Snake fucking died. I can't believe that. The rest of the video is just me and you.
I'm glad you talked about that. I did that all by myself.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, I've
Could
been
you
recently.
for fun then take the katana model and have her do that that meme that I was trying to do? Like the planet is dying. The
You
government
want the
hates
whole
us.
video or
The
something?
animals are leaving.
Yeah, I know
They just do, like,
that
key
meme.
poses and that's it. And then it's like, do you need anyone else? They just cut to like the montage.
Yeah,
of, like,
I know what you
Mortal
mean.
Kombat gameplay.
Did you even release that yet?
Yeah, you should.
No.
That's a funny one. You should totally
I
release
got
that.
footage for you just for that, you son of a bitch. You damn well better
That's
release
right.
it.
None of our
what?
audience know what we're talking about. I don't know if you want to like show that or
No.
not since you haven't
No,
released
it's
it
funny.
yet. But yeah, basically for the past like couple months I've been learning like Blender and 3D animating. So in every one of my videos that I plan right now there will be a tiny skip like that in the video. So the first episode you saw the cage match and the trade offer meme basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just it was perfect. So I had to do like I had to like do exactly the pose. It's very funny. The original video, the guy never blinks and he doesn't do a lot of motion. So that's perfect for like Smoke not to just do too much motion either, because it's basically just mimicking that. That's actually one of the reasons why I'm a little worried about my second episode, because I am subscribed to like a Patreon that like rigs like these models and stuff, and currently I'm still waiting on a Liu Kang model for like a little skit in the second episode. But yeah, like I've been doing like Blender for like little skits for my videos. I'm honestly probably got inspired by somebody. the YouTuber somebody, the Mortal Kombat guy, because he's been doing a
somebody,
lot of
yes.
insanely amazing 3D animation skits like in his videos. Like
Yeah.
the recent Johnny Cage one, I was like, holy crap, this is like it's not Sailor Moon, it was like the Ladybug like transformation scene for Johnny Cage. It's like, oh my gosh, you are insane for just doing that. So I'm inspired by that, and I want to do that too, basically.
He is epic.
Yeah.
That reminds me of something. Gotta send you guys this picture sooner before later.
Oh boy.
I
Toes.
already sent it, or you've already seen it maybe. Toes? No. So thank you for making sure we meet that quota.
That's right. Our
Okay.
weekly fee, as we say.
Somebody posted this, and I thought it was kind of mean that they lumped Sonic in with the one group and not the other, because I think Sonic's content
I think
is
I know
very
what
close
picture.
to somebody's content.
I think I know what you're gonna post. I saw that because someone sent me like on Reddit basically. Somebody posted that. Yeah. I have seen this one basically. I don't have much of a comment, but I will say I appreciate you guys defending me on Reddit and saying, what's wrong with Sonic? He just wants some reptile cock. Like, what's wrong with that? Or something like that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
thanks.
And also you're critical of the series, which I am too, but everyone pretends that I'm not. And then you make all those high effort videos. So to me, you're way closer to somebody. Like you put a lot of
thank you
effort
very
into your
much.
stuff. I put effort in, but just in the sense that every day I'm making something.
I
So
don't.
like there's still effort, but not per video.
To be honest, I don't think
Yeah.
the person who made this thing actually has like a particular point to make. It's just these are the ones I like and these are the ones I don't like.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's not these guys are critical and these guys aren't, because everyone calls Brusque a shill, so that can't be it. And it's not these guys make like bad content, these people make good, because Sonic clearly makes very good content. Like,
thank you
if,
very
if
much.
nothing else, none of us do. If none of us do, it's just one. It's him. So he shouldn't be there. He should be in the really good stuff. So it can't be that. It's just this person doesn't like us, and apparently hates me the most because I'm the evil king of the castle, which makes
Yeah.
it funny.
I-
Fuck you, dude. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Use a bitch.
If we take it super, that is really funny. And Snake would love that. If we take this super literal, it implies that I'm on the path to it, but I'm not quite there yet. So I like the visual gag of like how we're ordered, and then Sonic isn't even on the cliff. He's like under the cave,
I went
like
to the wrong
troll
way.
he
Yeah.
is.
I like missed the path basically. I'm going somewhere evil, I think.
You're hiding in the forest or like underneath the cave, like the little cavern dweller you
So
are.
Sonic
I
is-
think
Sonic's
if you had to
the
take it
optional-
literally, the most you could say
He's
about
the optional
this is that
sub-boss. You have to go out of
He's
your
the
way.
sub-boss.
He's
Yeah.
hiding
He's
out
a-
of
yeah,
trees
he's a
in a
bit.
cave, like Reptile or like Smoke and Jade, and he's like, he jumps out, and he's like, ah, and you have to beat him up. But it's an optional. To get to me, you only have to beat Sonic and Brusque. I mean, Dog and Brusque rather, but Sonic's there.
I'm the sub boss.
and because I make guides and breakdowns, I'm the tutorial. I'm the guy
You're the
that you
tutorial
have to start.
boss.
Like, see,
Yes,
there's
yes.
actually
Yeah.
so much depth. You know what? I should have upvoted this. There's so much depth to this post I didn't see before.
And I mean,
think
like-
the other way to interpret it is that one side is gameplay focused and one side is commentary. I think is also a way to look at it. But why is commentary dark?
I'm not too sure. It's
Because I don't like it when you make fun of the things I like.
I
And
will
if
say,
you do like the things that I like, you're a fucking
again.
shill.
what is up with the accent changes here?
Harakiri yourself in Minecraft in a video.
I mean,
game.
I will say though, like, you know,
Dark
I
Souls.
appreciate Ketchup and Mustard being on top there. Like, they do make base content. They're amazing. I don't hate anybody in this list, you know. Like, everyone's like making good content. But it's a funny meme. Like, I didn't really have like much to say. I just saw it. I'm like, oh, okay. I do appreciate like people defending me on Reddit. And actually, I saw on the comments someone already started the "Kicking in a Wheelchair" like song, like in the comments already and stuff.
Mortal Kombat Reddit is a mixed bag. It either has like actually funny memes on it, or it has the most like pathetically pessimistic post of just like crying that the game's not the way you want it to be, or that like, oh, the previous game was better, blah blah, you know, this and that, which is hilarious. The idea that Mortal Kombat 11 had better gameplay is mind-numbing to me to even like consider. But
Every time I hear the
yeah. Oh, if you
conversation,
look closely, you can see Uncaged Games in like the back there. Just gotta squint really hard.
what? Wait, really?
No, I'm a liar.
Okay.
I was
What-
joking.
What is that
It's not
joke?
there.
But I was gonna
Well,
say,
the joke is that Uncaged somehow got off scot-free. He's not there.
well, it was 8 YouTubers. There's like,
And history behind the warrior. Like, there are plenty of
Actually,
people. See, that's the thing. It's like, must be the case of this person doesn't watch them because they should be here. Because like
They're
they
very
are like
popular too.
They're like two of the most
very popular.
'cause if this is like story versus gameplay or whatever, which isn't really even really true because Dog talks more about the gameplay than the story. Like
It's mostly just I like and I don't like. I think mostly.
Surely like history should be up here with us, and then Uncaged over there with the others. Like those are two of the big names. They're not here. This is just this person being like, I don't like these people, and I want Reddit to support my views. It's like that guy who tried to get me on board saying that M1K is an atrocious game, and everyone who likes it is a bad person, and that the developers are bad people. And I said no, and then he went crying to someone else who would reinforce his ideals, and then they both started like calling me like a soy boy or whatever the fuck. And it's
wow.
like, just like, cry more, idiots. One was following me on Twitter, and it's like, you follow me on Twitter and you don't realise I'm not going to be an extremist piece of shit like you. You're a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's funny thing is about like half a year ago, I think the same kind of situation happened like in this picture where somebody just said, here's a list of MK YouTubers that I'm going to rate as a tier list.
Yeah,
and that riled up a lot of people, basically just like, oh, you don't like this guy, oh, you really like this guy, and stuff like that.
Like,
I remember
it's such a pointless, very toxic thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But it's also funny.
To make fun of.
And
like they themselves,
at the end of the day,
they're not making any laughs, but like other people making fun of them and their stupid ideas.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
Also, I've noticed that for some reason I'm the only, because unless y'all have evidence of this happening to you, but I found one more tiny YouTuber that made the exact same kind of thumbnail with like me, but like anime eyes crying.
Oh.
And like something else, and they're just ranting about me, but it's like some brand new channel I never heard of before, but because they added me, like it shows up.
Oh yeah, if you add people, you will see like their video. Yeah. I get added, and they're like.
And I'm just looking at it, and the comments are all disagreeing with him, so he's 100% wrong. But it's still funny that he like did the same exact thing as Feet. He's like, here's Underdog, but anime kawaii crying.
Oh
eyes.
really?
And I'm like,
oh, so like
keep
two
it up. I just look cute. I just look so cute.
So two random YouTubers made thumbnails of you like anime crying, basically.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But at least the Feet one was funny because if you squint at the Feet thumbnail, there's like a bunch of Easter eggs there. Like he has like the Mortal Kombat game, but like there's a dog pooping on it, like little stuff like that. It just makes me laugh because it's so immature and stupid.
Since we're on the topic of MK, let's talk about something positive before we get into the more negative stuff. Khameleon's released 2 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Welcome, Khameleon. Welcome. Khameleon is the worst DLC ever. Question mark?
Yeah.
Listen, I wanted to be different. Everybody else is just saying that she's great, so I was like, I've got to be different and say that she's bad, even though she's not. Because thankfully,
you kicked the hornet's nest with that.
Did I? I didn't even notice if it had a good or bad reception. I'm happy with whoever designed her because they made sure that her summon and ambush abilities never overlap directions. They're always the same. So if you want to do her combo extender button, it's always the same button. So even if you switch to katana when you don't want to, you'll still get roughly the same kind of thing, like a combo extender. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. It still is frustrating when it happens, like when you're ready for a certain extender
and it just
then
switches.
like, okay, here we go, the Jade extender, and then it just does katana, and you're like, oh shit, so you gotta like dash forward to keep the combo going because they're not left close to you. You're like, oh shit, you gotta like react really fast.
Yeah.
And also the gimmick of holding down the button to make her change is great, but you have to keep it held until she finishes her animation, and some of them last a long time. So you gotta just keep that cameo button held. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm like dexterity challenged. If you force me to hold my index finger down for that long, my thumb becomes worse for some reason. He can't hit the buttons. You know what I mean? It's one more thing to juggle, and my brain like gets confused. And starts dropping combos. So like I don't like having to hold it down, but
it's just a weird thing to have. Like I feel like it would have probably made more sense if it was like forward and back will change which character it is, but then like the neutral is like will be unique to that character. Also, there was a game that did something like that. I forget what it was, but like it would change like certain moves based on when you use specials. I think it was Dissidia. But yeah, when Cecil would switch between Dark Knight and Paladin when you use aerial HB attacks, which affects the HB attacks generally. So all the brave attacks are then, which don't do damage. Those ones are whichever one you switch to. So is it that kind of system? That would have been better, or just the way they did Tremor, or just give her 3 moves and each one's a different one.
I feel like
Well, they definitely wanted to make her a gimmick. They were
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
going to drop her changing, but they did have enough sense to change it from the cast to release, where they did at least make it to where she changes in a set
order. It was
because
random
originally
before.
that was not going to be a thing either. It was going to
Yeah.
be you could not tell who she'd become, and I went on the record like the second they said that I was like, dude, if you don't change at least that part, like borderline useless character, because like there is no way that's going to be tolerable. And thankfully she changes in a set order. You still can't pick who she starts as.
Yeah.
Which would be fine, except that NetherRealm loves to hide the HUD until the round starts.
Oh,
So like you barely
prepare.
have time to even see what form she's in. Like a split second to see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
before
Khameleon's
the
a
round
very
starts.
interesting case of like high risk, high reward. Also, before she got released, I remember I said this too. I was like, she's either gonna be like horrible or she's gonna be amazing, and she was a latter. It's like they actually made her like the risk you get with her is like great because it's fast. Her cameo like bar, you can use it like many times. And
Yes. That was a
They're-
smart choice. So like just break the rules for her and have it refill faster
Yeah,
was
and
smart.
they're
Because
all
now she
pretty
gets more cameo summons.
they're all pretty
Yeah.
strong too, right? Like all of her cameo moves basically.
Yeah. They're all good. I think Jade is a bit overpowered because she's definitely the
Ah.
best form. Because she can make you projectile and immune to everything.
The Serena
Her
projectile.
throw does the most damage, and she has the amazing. It's better than Serena's, but yeah, it's pretty much a Serena projectile. It's faster, is why it's better, and it hits mid, so the opponent can't even do a little kick, and you can aim it, which is a cool feature.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
That's from MK9. They brought that back. You can like aim it up or down, which is really cool too. But what's also cool is that if you actually care to really master the game and that character, you can memorize, because she changes in a set order, right?
Yeah.
As long as you know which form she's in when you start the combo, you can just have a root and get like 4 or 5 assists in the same combo and just memorize that, because she'll change on the same timer each time.
Oh,
So
wow.
she technically is the ultimate combo character if you know what you're doing and just go, okay, she's Katana. Here's the route that I do when she's Katana, and I'm guaranteed to get this exact combo every time because she changes after I hold the button. So you can like get the exact combo you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. That's actually
You
really
just
cool.
got to cater it around that. What's also really interesting, and I wish they went a bit more OP with this, but they were smart and dialed it back. This would have been broken, but I kind of like when I like crazy stuff in my games.
Yeah, yeah.
So Melina's throw is really bizarre. It does the lowest damage in the game of any throw, but it leaves the opponent standing and at huge minus frames.
Yeah.
So it's just like pure pressure. So you throw them and just get to walk forward and keep pressuring, which is cool. I kind of wish when I first saw it, I was like, no way it's a combo starter. And I kind of wish it was.
Yeah,
that would have
I-
been dope as hell. Yeah.
I might be wrong about this, but I actually tried that too, and I was like, I think I did like Johnny's like kick immediately, and it did connect. I think
Oh, okay.
Like,
So
you
maybe
can
if you
do
do a special, it works.
something very fast to like pow them. I think like Reptiles like
Fast with
Croc-
range.
Yeah, yeah. I think it worked. And maybe they changed there. Maybe I'm wrong, but I remember I specifically did Johnny Cage's like kick, and it actually did like connect with that throw. So I was like, okay, this is
It could
probably
just
the
be that it's
best.
special cancelable.
Or, like-
that would make sense. It could be just for specials only,
Yeah,
which would be cool.
I think I'm not the MK expert. Maybe it's been a while, but I hope I'm not wrong
Yeah.
about that.
But I love broken stuff in my fighting game. So if that's the case, like that's cool. Like right now in Tekken 8, the big robot guy Jack
Yeah.
has a bug that I don't
Oh.
want them to remove until I make a video on it. He already has like the best damage in the series, like or at least he's tied with it. Like he's up there, you know, like top 3. But in 8, he's undisputed the most damaging character because in Tekken, if you knock somebody down, they can't block.
Yeah.
And if you can guess which way they get up, you can get a free hit. Now, there usually is always some way to avoid it, right? If they guess right or they just are smart about it. Sometimes there's not. There's like a free hit, but it's like a tiny amount of damage. Jack has this one ender in his combo that is bugged, where the opponent is forced on their back in a state where they can't get up in any special way, which means he gets a free just follow-up hit, and it's unscaled. It's not part of the same combo. So it's a free raw hit that does a ton of damage at the end of his already damaging combo. So if Jack touches you in an ideal situation, it's like goodbye 70%. of your life.
Wow.
Without super, without heat, any of that stuff.
No wonder I
And it's
see
like-
tournament people playing Jack nowadays a lot more. I'm like, I think someone's like, "Who are you playing in tournament, Jack?" I'm like, "Oh, interesting."
He's the broken character right now, but also he doesn't require movement. Like you can have movement, of course, and it'll make you better. But just like Panda, he's got crazy good reach and he's got a lot of homing attacks, so you don't really need to like have crazy footwork with
Cool,
him.
cool.
Same with Nina because she has a gun now, so you can just shoot full screen, shoot people.
Yep. So I don't know. I've seen some comments of people saying like, oh, it's the Khameleon meta. It's like everybody's gonna be playing her. But personally, I'm actually quite happy to see Khameleon being like played because I think it's very entertaining to see like how you come up with combos with Khameleon and getting good with her because she's hard to use and it's like. It's very interesting to be like, oh wow, you connected that with that. Oh wow. It's very entertaining. And personally, I think because of that, I think Khameleon might be even my favorite cameo as of right now in the game and stuff, just based off of those mechanics. Like I think
Yeah,
it's
of course she is, you scaly motherfucker.
Hey, shut up!
Yeah.
She's good with Reptile too. Shut up. That's maybe why I like her too.
The only bad thing about Khameleon is her fatality because they chose
lame.
the safest, most boring option, and even
we
failed
were
at that.
theory crafting for like 30 minutes of all the awesome fatalities. I really wish she turned to lizard form. I was banking on that. Come on, she's a Zetaran. This will confirm that she's 100% a Zetaran, not just an intro dialogue thing.
At least let her use moves of like characters who aren't in the game. Like let Khameleon have something from Scarlet.
Scarlet, Tanya.
Well, Tanya's in the game, but say Scarlet, Jade, maybe arguably Frost. Like you can do something cool with that.
True. Yeah.
But unfortunately,
Wait. Classic Tanya. I'm talking about like the Tonfas or what she used before.
Yeah,
Or the boomerang.
Actually, yeah, that could have been really interesting if they were like, what moves that from those the lady ninjas did not carry over. So okay, Tanya used to have this move, Khameleon can have that. Kitana, she lost this move, Khameleon can have that. So it's like make her like represent the classic version of the characters in a way.
Yeah.
They kind of did that, but only in some ways. Like Kitana does not actually have her fan lift. She tosses the fan and it hits you and lifts you, whereas before she like did the gust. They brought that, but you're right. It's only half and half. Like, and Jay's not in the game at all yet. I think she's going to be in the game.
Oh,
But,
she very high chance. Yeah.
yeah. I would say like
If
probably
not
90%.
season 2, then certainly season 3. I can't imagine.
But like, to
later
go with
than
what Sonic was saying, I get maybe they wanted to keep Khameleon looking like cool and mysterious and like woman, so they don't want to go full scaly. But they could have at least just had her tail just come out and do like kind of what Reptile's Fatal Blow does, which he slams them twice, but on the second slam they just burst into bits. That could have been cool. She just runs
As like a
tail grabs,
fatality.
just
I see.
explode into bits.
Or I
that way
could-
she's still mysterious. And,
Or you could use it as like just like a little thing where during because she can do Melinda's ball roll, can't she?
Yes.
Like what if her tail was out there to give a bit of extra range?
Also, it would be a cool reference to Deadly Alliance when he had that. Reptile had a ball roll.
True. True.
Also, funny fact about Khameleon, because y'all mentioned Tanya, and I just got to bring this up before I forget. Someone, just for fun, not only gave her the Umgadi colors, because she has it in story mode, but they just painted her skin the same color as Tanya and
I
made her
saw that
eyes
edit.
still white and her hair dark. And she is actually Tanya.
Like MKX,
Like, she looks almost like
MKX
one for one
Tanya.
Tanya, which is super funny.
It's like
She's just Tanya.
interesting. This
Yeah,
edit.
Can I criticize that the fact that they didn't put in the yellow? Because I mentioned this with Quan Chi, where Quan Chi's entire customization thing is built around his skin. It's different tattoos and stuff like that, and some of them are fine. Then you get weird shit like, oh, here he is looking like like he's just muscles. Bit weird, but okay, I could accept it. But it's like, so why does he not have the brown skin option, which the assets already exist? I'm not asking for like, oh, bring back this old thing from an older game. I'm saying the thing they already made for this game. It's in the game files. Why can't we use it? Why can't we have the brown skin
weird.
for him as one of? I mean, you have to come up with like 6, 7 different options, something like that. Anyway, why not just give us that as well? And then with Khameleon, they're like, okay, we're gonna give her 6 colors, grey, like in Trilogy, great. We're gonna give like a minty green, like she's rendered in Armageddon, also great.
Great,
Two obvious choices, okay. Then it's like, okay, how about another green?
Another green.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Bit weird, but
Okay.
I guess. How about an orange and green thing? Why? And then like 2 other like horrendous colors, and it's like where's the yellow that already exists in the
Purple?
game?
Last one.
Purple makes her look like Melina, so that's why I'm a little okay with that one.
Okay, yeah.
Did y'all not notice what the last color scheme is?
It's bubblegum.
I barely caught on to it.
It's bubblegum.
Huh?
It's a bubblegum color theme. It's very cute.
No.
It's not.
a flag.
It's not
Oh,
like.
it's saying trans flag or something.
Yeah, that's
She
what he's
is,
implying.
yeah.
I don't think
She's
it's
the trans
that.
flag,
I don't
yeah.
think it's because the blue
It's
is very
white,
fresh.
pink, and blue.
It's
Like,
not like
sure-
entirely. But
Really,
like, you
the
could,
White though.
You
It's not
could
just pink
say
and blue.
that.
There's white.
The obvious colours really should have
I
been
mean,
her existing
if it's
three
not
colours.
intentional, that is a wild coincidence.
Like, give her the existing three colours, the yellow, grey, and the green. Then you give her a rainbow one to represent that she represents all the different ninjas. And then you give her like blue and pink or something, or maybe a red to represent Scarlet, like a proper red one.
Wait, hang on a second.
Something like
That
that.
would've been dope.
Because
Yeah.
it's the thing that I keep criticising is the fact that there are so many opportunities to do something fun, like a fun little throwback or something, or just do something that makes sense, and they don't. Like, oh, here's Jax, who's going to have these arms for customization. Are any of these going to be from past games? Oh, they'll be the one from the arcade era, and literally every other one is made up, and most of them are shit. And it's like, you could just easily pick these other ones. Why make more work for yourself where you have to come up with 15 different designs and make all these new arms when you could just say, here's the arms from the 3D era. Jax can have those. Here's the ones from the MK9. You know, it's just the obvious thing, but they don't do it. And I don't understand. And here it's more egregious because they have made these things. They have made these assets, the colours, and they don't give them to us.
I feel like it's very sad about the cameo fighters that, like, they are so much less customization than, like, the main cast. Which on one hand kind of makes sense, but on another hand, I just feel like cameo fighters are way easier to be done than the main fighters. In my opinion, at least.
Yeah, so for anyone not aware, changing a palette is super easy. Sorry, not to cut you off. Hold that thought, please.
Yeah.
I await your genius. But to change a color of an outfit is actually super easy. All you legit do, I'm not joking, like a texture is hard, but like the color, you legit just double click the material file and just change the hue slider.
Yeah.
That's all they have to do. So there's no reason why the game shouldn't have like 10 palettes for the cameos or like 15. Like, it's super easy to make. And part of me worries though, what if Khameleon, some of her palettes are like actually references and I just don't get them? I'm kind of worried about that, but I don't get what they were thinking.
I don't think
they're pretty gross.
A lot of people were just like, what is this, like, Melina palette? Like, who's ever going to use this orange Melina or something like that?
A lot of them
There's
are
a
like,
lot.
it's not even just these colours are just nothing. They're just made up bullshit. Like, you know, an orange Melina is like whatever. Who cares? Some people will like it, some people won't. But then you get ones like, remember that Sub-Zero in MK11 where it's like teal and orange? And it's the most hideous thing you've ever seen in your life. And they made a figure, and that's one of the colour schemes for the fucking McFarlane Toys line.
Wow.
Like, what the hell were they thinking with this? Why would you not just give him like a normal color scheme? But the real kicker with the cameos is, like Dog said, it's very easy to make a color scheme, and that's all the customization the cameos get, alternate colors. So why do they not get anything in the new seasons, in Invasions? Like,
exactly.
Imagine going to each playable character and saying, okay, we'll take one away from each of them, and then because of that, we can now make 2 more for each cameo. So now here's the Scorpion season, the yellows and the oranges with the tattoos maybe, and every one of the cameos gets that, which would be good for coordination. If you have a particular team, if you're like, well, I play Scorpion with Cameo Frost for whatever reason, you could then color coordinate them. Frost could have these nice Scorpion colors, and then the next season, here's Natara's season. Okay, black and red vampires. So, well, I play Reptile with Jax. Well, here's these two in these new colors. Or I play Natara with Serena. Serena can now have the vampire colors,
grayskin tone and stuff. Yeah,
it would add more value to the cameos as well, because it does get to the point where they have to come up with so many different color palettes that they run out of ideas. Like, especially when it's a character who already has those colors. Like, the new Katana skins are kind of bad because it's just blue, which most of her existing skins are already blue.
Oh, you mean in this season?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then next season, Melina's going to be pink. Like, what new are they going to do for Melina? It's just, pink again, a new pink shade. And then maybe they'll go purple. Oh, well, what's Rain going to get then? He's going to get more fucking purple. It's real. They don't really consider, I don't think, the fact that a lot of the MK characters are defined by their colours. And so it ends up in a situation where either you give them they're so defined by the colour scheme that changing the colours makes them not look like them, or you stay too close to it and then they have no real variety in their customization because Katana just gets blue all the time, Scorpion just gets yellow. There's not really any winning, I don't think, with this. You just feel like
it's a shame too
They
because
should just remove the system.
Katana's
to be
worn
honest.
purple before. Yeah, in Deception, I think, and even no, in Deadly Alliance, she wore purple for her alternate, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So,
And all
that's
this
a lot of
like
people's favorite too.
all these palettes you gotta painstakingly unlock, and Tekken just has a color slider for every single costume.
Yeah, that would have been kind of cool for every piece of the costume too. Like every
That's
piece can be changed. Though
Custom-
to be fair, I want to go on record that apparently the creator himself, Harada, does not like that.
like
He does not like the customization
Interesting. Like
because
that's
everyone makes the most ridiculous affronts to God, like these like disgusting customs and all that. They're just terrible.
in the,
and like he hates seeing like Fang, his favorite character, wearing like bright pink and little cute cupid wings and like little like he hates that.
I love
Because
the
he's a cool rock star kind of guy.
Yeah, I love that one clip of like Negan with like a t-shirt and sunglasses and like the drummer thing on the side of him, and he's like wearing your shitting pants now in the kawaii costume. I think that's funny is because in the arcade quests, like in Tekken, there's like one girl who's like, I love my customization, and we're gonna go this whole entire venue of people with their awesome customizable, like it's all about expressing yourself, and Harada's like, fuck this. Found that to be very
Don't
funny.
ask me for shit, he says, even in Arcade Quest. Apparently he's there.
Oh really? I didn't get to that point yet. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, like Khameleon. I hope whoever comes out next, which rumor could be a very fun character that I also like, that'll be next, will be great too. Before
I'm going to guess the next cameo will be Movado because that fits with the whole, because Peacemaker's next and he's really he's like a super criminal basically a super villain. I think Movado fits his vibe pretty well. I know they're not necessarily aimed to match the characters up. Unless you look at like Tremor with his big rock and then his Omni-Man be like,
the gigantic
bitch.
like planet on his hand.
I don't think they've
I
don't think they've tried to do that, but I think it would make sense to do Movado next, and then Ermac will be after that. So then it's between they'll probably be Ferrotor because those two were working for Kotal, and then it'll go to
Homelander and Janet Cage.
Yeah, well, Janet more because of Takeda, I guess.
Well,
In between them,
Takeda is gonna be whoever
basically.
because there's only 5 cameo fighters.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like so she'll more relate to him rather than the person who came before her. But
Yeah, who knows?
It's funny because like they already have the voice files found for Farah and Movado. Like they're already in the game.
oh yeah,
So either one of them, you could argue logically, could be next. There's also a leaked image going around of Farah's model, but it looks nothing like Farah, so I'm skeptical.
To be
but
fair,
at the same
that
time, if
model
someone's
was
outfit
like-
did get changed, it would be her. Yeah.
It's also like the gray model, so it's like you didn't even put materials
Yeah.
on it yet. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can still see like what she's wearing, like outfit-wise. It doesn't look like Farah, really. But that could just be a base model, like you're saying, maybe. But that's possible too.
Personally, I just really wanted
I
to be
think
Farah.
that Janet Cage would be a cool fit, just because they're both technically movie stars, because John Cena and
okay.
they dance.
True.
They both dance and all that, so that could also be funny. Because Johnny Cage dances, international.
I wanted to be Ferrotor specifically because if she's in the game, I can then ask the person to like rig the model, and then I can use the new Ferrotor model in the poker skit.
That's true. You can even have a whole skit in the poker skit about her new look, and she's like, "Oh wait, you guys don't have this? Oh, you guys aren't in Mortal Kombat 1. Aw." And Ermac's like, "I will be soon." Don't you mean we?
Toll's just there crying in the corner. It's like, and Reptile's like, "Oh, good job, Ferry. You made Tor cry."
Hey, before we continue
Where is
on,
Tor, by
I
the way? Oh, I
really need to
outgrew
use the
him.
bathroom, so like you guys can keep chatting for a bit.
Tor was holding Farah back the whole time. Imagine how overpowered Farah would have been if it was just her, Snake. Like tiny hitbox, tiny little hurt box. Runs under all the projectiles.
I hope they somehow reference the way that when you combo Tor, like if you first hit, the first knockback, Farah falls off, and then you just comboing Tor a bunch, and Farah's just there going running back and forth. I want them to reference that somehow. And have a dashing
That's
back
one of
and
the
forth across
trickiest
the
parts.
screen.
That'd be awesome. I can almost guarantee you're gonna get to throw her around and stuff. Like that's a guaranteed because you already moved Darius around like that. You spin him and you do a little flip with him. So I can definitely see like you just reach off screen and throw Farah like a ball and she goes yeah, and just like spins. I can definitely see that.
Like she had a fatality with Farah and Toll where I'm pretty sure Toll would throw her at the opponent. They should like go through them. So if they go for like a retro style fatality, that would make sense for her. But that would mean that it would be your character throwing her, which would be really cool. Because like that's one of the problems I think I have a bit of an issue with the cameos. It's not a big deal, but it's a real shame that the cameo fatalities, the whole game is built around two people working together. But then when it comes to doing the finisher, like your guy just steps back and the cameo comes in, rip the heart out, then your character comes like, I was part of this. Like, it's not as bad as when the cameo jumps in at the end and it's like, I was totally part of this victory. Huzzah. And it's like, no, you weren't. Don't lie.
There were if I'm playing. I always use my cameos all the time.
I rarely do.
They've got to be fundamental to your gameplay to like have to use them. And if your character is super solid, you don't really need them. Like Ashura is such a complete character that you don't really need a cameo. But Sub-Zero, who I love to play, like is dead without his cameo. Scorpion is dead without his cameo. There's a couple more. Oh, Natara needs a cameo or she's unsafe on literally everything. I still think she's a fine character, though. And my only gripe with the Natara is that her standing one is not just like this. She swipes way up here, and it makes her range dog shit. Because like it doesn't go as far. Like this is less far reach than this, right?
Yeah.
So she has the literal worst range, and I wanted to make a rant video on just her and like two other characters that have the same problem. And it's like, what are you aiming at? Why are you punching above their forehead? Like, what are you aiming at? And it really bothers me. But yeah, that's my little rant on that. Also, we were talking about cameo fatalities and stuff and what they could be doing. And Farah.
What?
I hope she has one move where she gets big. Just one.
I just want to see Tor
like charge them.
Like that. I think if Tor is like there, I think that'll be good. That's my hope.
Oh, Snake, because what you said earlier. Imagine like for Farah's cameo fatality, not only does the main character step aside, but she steps aside too, and Tor just comes in for just the fatality. I mean, just like hits him in the head and just kills him.
That's not even unlikely, just because. Remember, they made an entire Kintaro model for Shang Tsung's fatality last time.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
So,
that was badass. That's an iconic fatality. I love that
That's
one.
a good one. Yeah. So would we like to get onto the? And he's gone.
Something funny too is that before I learned what human torpedo meant, one of the theories, Sonic, was that like Peacemaker would toss your cameo, and someone just replied somebody commented casually yeets Motaro. That would be pretty funny. Just throws an entire horseman.
It'll be like Omni-Man's like animation, like just throws Sonya or throws Motaro. just like.
I'm still sad to learn that Motaro doesn't have a completely different. Well, he must have a slightly different victory animation, right, for arcade mode because he can't do kicks. So he's probably like just punching him the whole time.
Yeah, Snake did tell me he got that with Motaro in the arcade like ending, and it looks very weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he told me. I never seen it yet though. Actually, I kind of want to look this up.
Sadly, Motaro has been replaced by Khameleon because he can do the main stuff that Motaro was like known for. Khameleon can do too now.
Well, didn't Motaro? That's the thing about Khameleon. It's like every move she has is very similar to another character's. So she kind of is like a all-in-one with a lot of risk and like very hard to use because of like the timing and stuff. Although didn't Motaro get buffed recently, which is making some people use him more now or something?
Oh yeah, he's a lot better. But like what I meant mainly is that him and Shao used to be inseparable because like he can make the overhead combo and all that. But now so can Katana. You just do the overhead and she fan lifts you, and it's actually better than Motaro's because you get the jumping 2 before the back 2, whereas Motaro just gives you the back 2. You don't have time to jump in.
I see.
So,
ironically, so are you saying that Shao is very good, Khameleon, then because of that?
Well, I mean, Khameleon is good with literally everybody. She's kind of designed to be that way. Mm-hmm. I feel like, but she's a good partner for Shao. I think so is Sector. Like Shao is actually pretty flexible. The main thing with Shao is like do you have a cameo that makes him safe and can also extend his overhead? Because otherwise he's pretty predictable. But Sector can give you an overhead combo with the missile. You know, there's so many characters that can give you a combo off the overhead. But that's like what Motaro was at first famous for, was he can teleport you in the middle of what you're doing, you know?
Yeah. Wait, I think...
But also, like you said, he's plus on block now, so, yeah.
I think, what do you call it? 'Cause I just found that someone uploaded a video of, arcade mode, like, Motaro. It doesn't look too bad, actually, the animation. It's like he does uniquely... He does uniquely, like, actually run up with his horse legs and, like, punches around. It's not too shabby.
Post it. I wish to also see.
I did. I put it in the, Kombat Kings.
Oh.
I timestamped it so you can just click it.
Yeah.
I wonder where Snake went. I clearly told you guys where I was going. I went to a tea hall. Wait, was there like a? I went to a tea restaurant, so that's why I probably will use the bathroom a couple times.
It is cool. That is honestly a really dope like victory animation where you're just beating the dog shit out of the Deadly Alliance. That's always fun to watch.
It's a great thumbnail material right there too. Just their like faces and stuff.
Them.
I use that. That's the thumbnail. I actually use Shang and Kwang getting beat up as the thumbnail picture for the when I was doing the Filthy Frank reptile pose. You see them in the background.
I also used that face from Quan Chi's fatality because everyone knew that was going to be like the reaction face because like ah, so like they're screaming.
Yeah, well, very good
Snake,
thumbnail
what
picture.
I went got a drink, went to the toilet, didn't work out.
Pissed in his own eye.
Very unfortunate.
Damn.
No,
didn't
that is not Solid
correctly.
Snake. So guys, it's very tragic, but you know, MK1 is dying.
True.
Is dead.
Okay, let's move on. No, I don't.
Definitely.
Definitely
can't find any players immediately if you play it right now. Definitely no one there.
It's very
Full
interesting
DNF duel.
to me, this topic, because I feel like a couple months ago people like we love shitting on MK too. So it's like MK
all
constantly
the trendsetters
has its issues. Every month there's something new to complain about. It's bad. But like I do feel like recently it's just all of a sudden the community just got together and I'm like, we're putting our foot down. We are now committed to now saying that MK is dying, this topic, and we're gonna really like go in on it. And that really interests me. Like I'm like, especially because it's like recently just like a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people just start posting me like MK is dying. Let's start like really going on this train. Even like Maximilian talked about it, Super talked about it. Like people are making videos about this all of a sudden. It's fascinating. What do you guys think about it? About this movement that's been going on?
Well, part of it's obviously just an observation that when the desync issues happened, that was pretty bad.
Yeah,
Nobody
true.
liked the high prices for DLC. That was bad for the audience too. They didn't like that.
I don't think it's just the high prices of DLC. I think it's more just the high prices of the skins. I think that's the bigger issue.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Sorry, that's what I mean.
Microtransaction, I think microtransaction
Not so
and
micro
the bugs,
anymore when it's $10, but yeah.
Those two things are just way too like way too big of a downside that like it's really hard to like come back, or it's really hard to like justify or like not shit on that. Just the microtransaction and the bugs.
Yeah, the desync has been fixed, which is good.
Yeah.
But then Tekken 8 came out, and everyone kept saying that Tekken 8 was going to be the Mortal Kombat killer, which I always found kind of funny, not because Tekken is bad. Tekken's fantastic. I've been playing a lot of Tekken 8, but mainly because I don't think most Mortal Kombat players play Tekken. Like, if I had to guess. And I bet most of them don't even have an interest in it. Yeah.
I'm very interested in it. But, yeah, like, yeah. I don't... Like, okay, if you're happy about Tekken, if you want to compare it, that's fine. I don't know. There's a lot of people who just, like, look at how great Tekken is. Now we can use this to shit on MK. I'm like,
definitely.
Do you really
it's pretty crazy how that vibe is.
It's like, it's funny sometimes, but I mean, it's so many people are just doing that right now. It's just like, you go on, like, any Tekken video, it's like a lot of people in the comments are being like, this is better than MK. It's like I said, the movement all of a sudden is going on about, like, that's really hammer it down onto MK. Not to, yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily completely defending MK, because rightfully so, they deserve a lot of these criticisms. I just find it because like Snake and I, we criticize MK like so often, but we definitely do it more in like the story aspect of things. This is definitely more, I would say, gameplay, longevity, and microtransaction like stuff, and that's interesting. I think I'm not really know to end this sentence.
It could also be an underdog versus top dog kind of thing. Like everyone loves to appeal to the up and comer, you know, and Tekken is like the new guy in the competition. You know, Tekken 8 is finally here. Like they want it to do better.
I guess.
And Mortal Kombat's been like the #1 selling fighting game for a while, so it's like they want to crap on it. And I will admit that like it's lacking in some areas, but also it's just hate baiting, right? For some reason, the MK community, like a lot of content creators recently, their entire gimmick is just hating on Mortal Kombat, and that's all they are. So they're also helping fan that flame. And I don't even mean artistically like Snake. I mean they find nothing to complain about. Like they'll just make something up and then complain about it, or they'll just lie. Like when that Feet guy tried to say that Uncaged Games got NetherRealm to pay for that one video that he made. Like it's just outrageous claims that with like no evidence whatsoever, but people buy it because they're stupid, I guess, or just I don't know.
The one big thing that people
no
have been
matter what.
using is the player base like amount, because like Street Fighter and Tekken, way more people are playing it compared to like MK. On Twitch, like way more people are watching Street Fighter and Tekken compared to MK. Like there's that whole thing going on and stuff.
I would argue if more people are watching it, that means less people are playing it because they're watching. But I will say,
well, then like the Steam charts say like
they're-
less people are playing it too. So there's that.
I get you. Well, yeah, on Steam, but no, I mean I think most people play Mortal Kombat on console, if I had to guess. But I don't know.
That's just the thing that
I
people
mean,
love.
I'm happy
like,
either
using.
way. The Street Fighter fan base and Tekken fan base have always been awesome. Like they always stick with their games. Like they really do. They survived Street Fighter 5. That game was poo-poo water for like a solid 2 years, and then it got good. And then Tekken 7 was good. Tekken 8's great too. People love the roster size, but I looked at it and realized something. I was like, oh wait, this is just Tekken 7, but with like 2 characters.
Oh yeah,
Like 2 new characters, and like that's it. It's like legit a copy and pasted game almost.
it's
in
a
that
very
regard.
safe roster. Like I've never mentioned this
Well,
before
it's like
too.
legit. I don't just mean like it's the same characters from past games. I mean literally Tekken 7. Like I can't think of a single like character from Tekken 6 or 5 that missed out on 7 that's not in 8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we only have 2 new characters, or 3.
3.
Yeah. But then again, Victor is just Noctis. Like they reuse a lot of Noctis's stuff for
Reina, you
for
could
Victor.
argue, is Heihachi. So really, the only new character is Azucena.
Yeah, because well, even she's so they're all borrowing animations a little bit too. Not all of them. There's some unique animations, but
That's fair.
Reina has Heihachi and Lydia. She has Lydia's stuff too, and some new stuff. And then Rip Lydia, loved her. She's not gonna come back. Probably. She even could have been a cool part in the story because she's like the leader of a country, and a huge part of the story is
Stop
like the country
stealing
is
my
competing.
points,
but
you motherfucker.
You mentioned
I'll
that before.
steal them all, Snake,
Yeah.
and you can't stop me.
Okay. I actually, after playing this story
Coffee
mode,
Girl is also Josie and Bruce. A lot of their stuff.
Oh, Bruce too. Okay.
Well, Bruce is just Josie.
We can discuss more about the Tekken story mode once Snake plays it, but there is a very interesting like perspective of looking at like because because Doug said that the Tekken tournament happens like the new King Arthur's tournament. The way how like the characters are represented in that tournament is a very interesting implication, and I'll get to that like eventually. But yeah, let's keep going.
Dude, I can't believe the part when Kazuya showed up and said it's morphin time and just deviled on everybody. That was crazy, man. Like, oh, definitely
Come on,
a moment of all time.
TrueUnderDawg, morphing time is way too 2 years ago. You're gonna get ready for the Madam Web memes. Holy shit, I'm so looking forward to that
I
movie.
still
I am so hyped.
Yeah, me too. But I still can't believe that got greenlit. It's such a stupid idea. Like nobody with a brain who like doesn't have their head in the sand could have thought that had potential. Like nobody could have thought that was going to sell
A
tickets.
disaster
Who's
is
lo-
approaching.
Who's
It's
looking
so amazing.
forward? Who's looking forward to that one Mexican wrestler guy Spider-Man spin-off movie that everyone forgot and they just recently announced? No, it's still happening. Remember
Oh,
that
dear
guy
God.
who was in like 2
don't
issues
know.
ever? That guy, whatever he's El Muerte or whatever the fuck. Remember that guy? Yeah, that's still happening apparently for some reason. It's like,
We gotta wait for Craven first, though.
like
Let's
Christ,
go.
I would
Kraven the
sooner
Hunter.
watch a movie about the Rhino than this guy. Like,
obviously,
what the fuck
yeah.
is the point?
What's also weird, like I'm not a huge Madam Web guy, but I do know a lot of Spider-Man stuff. And I did notice that the main villain of that movie they gave him like a Spider-Man-esque outfit, but it's like off-brand enough that it's not tarnishing Spider-Man's legacy. But the weird part is that guy is in the comics and he never dresses like Spider-Man. That is completely made up for the movie.
I'm pretty sure all the advertisements that I saw were saying like, "This is the new Spider-Man." Oh.
No, he's an established villain who like lives forever in the comics. He's more of like a neutral character, not always evil, but he's just an old man in the comics.
Yeah, he's the guy who introduced the idea of the mystical stuff for Spider-Man. That's where the whole spider totem thing started with him.
Yeah,
and people
the whole
hate
downhill of
people hated it.
The stupid wasted journey to try to make Spider-Man's powers logical.
It's the funniest thing because that happened around the same time they introduced Morlun. And so, a decade later, that's when Spider-Verse was like, okay, we're going to take that stuff that Ezekiel talks about and Morlun, try to make it a thing. And I don't think anyone cares about any of that stuff, but it's an integral part of the Spider-Verse stuff in the comics. They never fucking shut about the spider totems.
Yeah. But, the Spider-Verse did a better job, though, making it more family-friendly, because those comics were, like... I know Snake hates it because it's just like killing characters and it feels like borderline psychopathic. I thought it was awesome and edgy because I love that kind of stupid stuff.
Interesting.
But I think it's crazy to see a very unpopular version of Spider-Man from a different like comic series being like literally eaten on a dinner table. And like the villains are just having a conversation while they're eating him and he moans and they go, "Shut up, meat." And I'm like, dude, these villains are scary. Like I don't like these guys. They scare me. Though it was funny how Morlun kept getting his ass kicked by the main timeline Spider-Man, sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly. But it got to the point where even though the villains can respawn, he is low-key scared of Peter Parker because he's only died around him. And it was even a running joke that when they're doing the big final epic battle, Morlun's fighting somebody else, and then Peter finally swaps and jumps in and goes, "What's up, buddy? You avoiding me?" And Morlun's kind of like, "Oh shit," because he always dies when Peter's around for some reason. I did find that funny. I love that little inside joke that even if Peter killed him by accident, like he sometimes does with the villains, like they kill themselves or whatever, it still only happens when he's fighting Peter. So he was like actively ducking Peter Parker. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ezekiel is not wearing a Spider-Man outfit ever in the comics. He does not do that.
That is definitely for marketing purposes.
Giving him an outfit because he looks lame in the comics. He's just a dude, just like an old guy. But the Spider-Man angle was super weird and desperate. It's like we need everyone to know right away that this is a Spider-Man-esque kind of movie. The only thing kind of hype is we get to see these other Spider-Women that are never going to be in a film ever. So that's kind of cool.
The idea of the movie...
Apparently it's long, too.
Really?
It's a long movie.
The idea
it's like
of the movie...
a 2.5 hour long movie or something.
If you never show me any screenshots and told me a Madam Web movie with all these other characters, the idea of that is cool. It's like, interesting. You see the trailer and I'm like, holy shit, what the hell?
They should have made it...
I think they kind of had something like that in the end of Spider-Verse comic series, which is obviously not going to be the last Spider-Verse event. So why would you call it that? But like Madam Web, so this is the part that's confusing. It's meant to be young Madam Web, like the classic one, but currently in the comics, it's Julia Carpenter who is Spider-Woman, and they even changed her name. She's apparently called Julia Cornwall in the new movie.
Oh,
why? But she had a few of these like Aranya was one of the characters who was accompanying her at the start of that story. So I think she actually had like this group of female spider people. Mm-hmm. Like one of the highlights of the Spider-Verse stuff for me was when Aranya, Spider-Gwen, and Spider-Girl, the daughter of Peter from Out of the Universe, they went on an adventure together. That was pretty cool. Yeah. I liked that one. It was pretty good. Most Spider-Verse stuff in the comics is absolute garbage, though.
One of my favorite... there's this guy on YouTube that reviews comics and critiques them, and one of my favorite jokes he made was... I think it's not that exact story, but it's one of those kind of stories, Snake, where it's a Spider-Girl woman centric story, but Peter still shows up for a brief moment, and he's on the rooftop, right? And I think he's got a little sack of lunch because the joke with Peter is that he's always like on the move but still has to eat like everyone else, right? But then all the Spider-Girls and women like show up to join him, and the guy critiquing the comic goes, "Do you think Peter ever gets confused that he's the only hero with like 10 people that have the same power as him?" There's not like 30 Hulks going around, but we have like in this one panel, all these spider people. He's like, also, I take offense to this because they all have dynamic poses and cool entrances, and Peter's just standing here with a sack of lunch, looking lame, and he's like the original.
I do feel that there is this weird thing where a lot of the way they push a lot of the spider people is by pushing Peter down. That's one of my big issues with the new game. Like it feels like in order to prop Miles up, they have to push him down.
The part you're talking about right now, this game, we had this conversation 6 months ago too. Like the exact same thing about the dynamic pose in front of Peter, and then Snake saying, "Push it down, Peter."
Peter has one win though lately, and I gotta read it because I hear it's good.
Ooh.
They for some reason did a pseudo reboot, but not really. It's the same title of the series, but it's new. It's a completely new story.
Ultimate.
It's Ultimate Spider-Man, which was already had 3 different runs, but okay, we're doing it again to make things super confusing. But it's Peter where he grew up without the spider and Uncle Ben didn't die, but then he gets his powers later and he's already married to MJ, already has kids, and apparently it's really good. It's like a really good read apparently. Peter gets to be cool. There's family values. He's actually a role model again. Like there's cute family interactions. Like I'm here for it. The only thing I don't like are some of the dumb villain designs because I just hate the American rule that modern costumes have to make sense. I don't get that. Like for example, Goblin's wearing like an Iron Man suit instead of like just being a Green Goblin. Like, well, because that wouldn't make sense. Like I don't care.
Wasn't that a long time ago?
I don't care. Green Goblin is a goblin.
Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
Or was that in the recent one too?
Well, Norman Osborn had the Iron Patriots outfit in the comics.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mean.
But I don't mean a literal Iron Man suit. I just mean it's all mechanical.
That's what I meant too.
It's Green Goblin, but it's like a Green Goblin, almost like a Green Goblin amalgamation with an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, wasn't he like the president or something in that issue? Or am I misremembering?
It was the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was after Secret Invasion.
Okay, head of S.H.I.E.L.D. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also they have the Shocker new design, and like first off,
is it shocking?
I know the Shocker is a goofy character, but like his outfit's pretty iconic and doesn't need to be changed. It's kind of like I don't see how you could improve
Classic
it.
MK Ninja costume.
And all they did was
yes.
put a stupid like dumb vest over the top of it, and like he's wearing a burglar mask, and I'm like, this is stupid. Just do like actual Shocker, and it's like why does it have to be like all over designed and like, oh, well, this is more logical than him wearing a skin tight suit with like a brown V. I don't care. Shocker has a look, okay? You can change it a little bit, but when you try to make him look like just a regular thief, you've gone so far in one direction that you've made it boring. Come on, like, but that's my only gripe is that the redesigns are a bit crappy for the Ultimate Spider-Man. But it's a great read from what I've heard, and I'm just happy to see Peter and Mary Jane together with kids again because it's been like 20 years since that happened.
Unless he becomes like Peter B. Parker, but you're talking about just regular Peter.
Well, that is main timeline Parker. They just haven't fucked him over yet. So,
yet.
Yeah.
I see.
Yet. We also had that one brief run. I forgot what it was called,
mechanical goblin here. I see.
There was that Spider-Man. What was it with Spider-Man? It was all of Marvel. It was called like Marvel Dark or something like that, and it was called that because like the Dark Ages because they lost all technology, and they had to use like diesel punk to make everything work, which was kind of cool. In that comic, also Peter still has his original daughter, and she's like 9 or 10, which is epic because it's a great reveal that I thought was so well written. Where there's clearly a monster coming for their camp from the forest, right? It's like it's barging through and it's like a powerful force, and everyone's like nervous and on edge. But his daughter looks to her friend, I forget who she is, she's also a famous character, and she goes, "Don't worry, it's not dangerous. My spider sense isn't going off." And Peter, it clicks in his head like, "Oh fuck, it's Venom." And you're like, yep, that's an awesome reveal because they don't even tell you. They just have Peter like hear her and go, and just like strike his stance, like he's like really worried now because it's fucking Venom coming, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. That's a great way to reveal it without having to even say it.
That's an interesting
good.
way of putting it. I like that. That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
imagine having that handicap, like you know when danger's coming, and then like you just get blindsided because it doesn't work.
my spooted senses are tingling. I have no idea what that is.
Anyway, what do y'all think? Do y'all think Mortal Kombat 1 is dying, or is it like more in a recession? That's what I think. I think we're in like a recession where it's gonna pick back up.
My opinion is like if people want to go on the train of like dissing MK, which like we all do that all the time. It's like, sure, if you want to go even harder, like how I'm seeing it nowadays, like I see like in like all the comment sections, like I just mentioned, like you just randomly will see like, yeah, look at how much fun this guy's playing compared to Mortal Kombat, or like look how like dead this game and stuff. It's like, if you want to do that, that's fine. To me, I'm not gonna change my schedule with how I'm like making videos and stuff. I still like talking about Mortal Kombat. I still am gonna like have a lot of fun making these videos, and I hope people don't think that I'm actually shilling, because these first couple videos are, it says Mortal Kombat 1 doesn't suck, because right now, like, you know, there's the movement going on, so there are people being like, what the fuck, have you been sipping on Madame Bo's special tea, Sonic, making these titles like this and stuff? But
Come on, sorry. None of the people who talk like that are that clever to go, oh, the special tea. They're just going to go, soy, shills.
It's not that bad, but
children.
A lot of people like enjoy the videos, so I appreciate that. But like, you know, again, like, it's up to what you guys want to do. For me, I'm just gonna continue making things I like about MK, and eventually, as people know, I don't entirely like MK1, so you're gonna see me really shit talk those stuff eventually. But yeah, like, do what you guys want, I guess. Like, if you want to push the movement of shitting over WB with Mortal Kombat, like go for it. Like, they deserve it. At the same time, like, I do feel like, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Sonic, you could have done a really clever bait and switch where you do title the series Mortal Kombat 1 Sucks, but then at the very start you go, and when I say it sucks, I'm talking this kind. It's like the Alvin and the Chipmunks meme of like them all getting hit. You're like, oh, it's just so good. Oh, it just feels so good.
I have people in my comments being like, wait, he says it doesn't suck? Is he baiting us again? Like in the Raiden video, it says like he thinks Raiden sucks, but that was actually a bait? I have people theorizing when that happened. It was really funny.
Liu Kang's very good at baiting people because he's a fisherman.
No, that was hard. Yes. That's a really hard to get reference there, Snake.
Snake's busy just being happy playing Onslaught, so.
True, that's right.
Yeah,
I got my game.
They actually put out the classic Katana recently.
How classic we talking? Like MK1 or MK3?
3.
Or 2, sorry, because she wasn't in 1, but
no.
Yeah.
She's going today, but she's not.
I'll looking back on it, I'm still so flabbergasted that for Mortal Kombat X, they brought back the MK2 outfits. It's like, come on, you know what we really want. Like, these are just a crappier version of the MK3 outfits, you know what I mean?
They're always going to bring back those 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3.
A Deception one for Katana would be pretty cool. I mean, not Deception. I keep saying Deception. Deadly Alliance, her purple
you mean the
one.
purple one?
Yeah. It's the MK.
That's just MK11, but yeah.
That's straight up MK11, MK3.
It is.
Like, yeah, Katana.
Yeah, you can tell because of the high heels. But because the whole game's like aesthetic is based on MK11 assets.
Yep.
So it makes sense that they'd use that one. But yeah, so her story is called Mothers and Daughters, this story.
Ooh.
And the plot is that she's working with Jade for a bit to try and save Sindel, who's been mind controlled by Quan Chi.
Okay.
And so she's like, we're going to go to... well, Jade has to stay behind to work stuff out for the rebellion they're plotting. And then... So Katana goes to Earthrealm to get help from Liu Kang and Kung Lao. Kung Lao's like, no, fuck off. So she beats him up. And Liu Kang's like, well, we'll talk to Raiden, see what he thinks. Raiden's like, yeah, I knew Sindel. She was cool. She's definitely being controlled. He opens a portal for them to the Netherrealm. No, she has to beat Liu Kang in a fight to prove that she can face the threats of the Netherrealm. And she does. And then they go to the Netherrealm. And they've beat up Quan Chi, and he's like, okay, I'll free Sindel, but only on the condition that when you die, Katana, I get your soul. And she's like, yes. And Liu Kang's like, no, that's fucking stupid. And she's like, but it's the price I'm willing to pay. And if you don't like it, you just have to leave. And he goes, fine, I'll leave. And he just fucking leaves. So then Katana's working with Quan Chi for a bit, because he knows where to track his magic down. And then you get to the Deadpool where Jade is about to be executed by Sindel and Melina. And then you beat up Melina, and then you beat up Sindel. And then she snapped out of the mind control, and Quan Chi's disappeared. But because this isn't part of the main story, this is a side thing, a side universe.
So it's not canon.
So the whole thing about Quan Chi getting this Katana soul, never going to come up again. That's the thing about all these. So the real problem with the Chronicles is they don't go anywhere in the end.
That was
even if he does get Katana's soul, you just step on his balls. We've seen the Mortal Kombat X that
Yeah.
works. So you
Nice.
just step on the nuts.
But
That was a
my-
very iffy story, if that's it.
Yeah.
It kind of
Well,
feels like
my-
there should be more.
See, my concern with this is this seems like something that would just happen in the main story, like because Sindel
Yeah,
is
this
in it,
does
is
really
being mind
feel like,
controlled.
yeah.
So my concern is, are they going to have that in the main Onslaught timeline because it's based on MK11? That's going to have Twindell, because you know, a case of like they'll be thinking, well, if we have this Sindel be the evil version, then people who like that have her, while people like the classic version can just play the new main game because she's good there. Or is it going to be? Are we going to just rehash what's already here? But I also have this weird thought about it is, 'cause we've had Kitana and Jade's chapters already. So, whose chapter is going to have Sindel get freed? And I'm thinking, she's not in the game yet, but I think it's going to be Shiva. I think we're going to get Shiva's going to be added to the
because she
game.
has the connections, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's
That'd be
going to be
cool.
Shiva's chapter where we'll save Sindel from the mind control or learn that Sindel is actually evil.
My life
So I'm a little
belongs to
concerned about the
Sindel.
plot. and also we do know what the next main chapter is, which is Sonya. Because it's been confirmed by one of the devs. And the thing is, the thing about Sonya is I knew it was going to be her because she has the story hero tag, which only playable characters in the story have, as well as Sonya, Shao Kahn, and Quan Chi. So I'm thinking,
Shao
are
Kahn
Kahn
and
and Quan
Quan
Chi
Chi.
going to get Are they going to get chapters? Is that going to happen? Will Quan Chi get a chapter in Onslaught before he gets one in M1K's expansion? Because I'm sure he'll get one in M1K's expansion.
Most likely, yes.
You say that, but
Say that.
But I mean, I'm sure they'll want to focus on the DLC
DLCs,
characters.
yeah.
So which would be Quan Chi, Takeda, however they've repurposed him, Ermac, and I mean Ermac has a lot of potential for. Yeah, Ermac has a lot of potential for story addition because what's his? Because we know a bit about what his role in Melina's Outworld is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, if you play through Quan Chi's arcade ending, you know Ermac is a bit quirky now, as they say.
Ermac tends to get a little bit quirky at night. It shows him twerking.
Yeah. Doing the.
Ermac, no. Listen, if there's one thing these thousands of souls can do, it's throw it back.
We throw it back better than you, Melina. Wait, that's not right.
But I've also got this thought about Onslaught, which is who the next new character could be, because it alternates for the Chronicles between M1K and Classic, M1K Scorpion, Classic Cabal, M1K Shang Tsung, Classic Sub-Zero, M1K Kenshi, Classic Katana.
So
Now, you might think,
M1K. Who next?
Well, see, Katana doesn't need a fourth alt, because this is the fourth version of her in the game. Melina has no alts. Jade, Sindel, Scarlet, Tanya. They've only got one version each. Even Johnny Cage only has one version.
What about Raiden?
But one. So, I'm like, well, they put in the UMK3 model. They could have gone Melina. They could have gone Jade. So I'm wondering, did they pick Katana, who already has 3 alts, because the next M1K character is going to be Melina? Or she's going to come soon? Probably not straight away, because I imagine you'd cover the same kind of material with her. Because there's 2 obvious directions to go when you put in an M1K Katana, Melina, or Sindel, which is focus on freeing the mind control Sindel, or learning she's evil, or dealing with the clone stuff with Melina. Because I think Melina from M1K meeting the clone Melina and saving her from Katana, or working together against some other character, has a lot of potential.
Yeah. That does sound pretty fun.
But it is really unbalanced, the characters that we've got. Like, there are 3 Scorpions. One of them is Kuai Liang, so there are 4 Kuai Liangs in the game because there are 3 Sub-Zeros as well. We've got 4 Katanas, and then then Raiden and Johnny Cage have 1 each. 1.
I think M1K
It's-
Raiden would be very interesting too. Like, how would he react to seeing what's going on over there?
Aaron Black has 2 versions. Aaron Black has more versions than Johnny Cage, Raiden, Melina, Jade, Sindel, Tanya, Scarlet.
Someone really likes
I
Aaron
didn't even
Black.
know that Scarlet
Kano.
was
You
in
got
the
more
game.
than Kano.
Is Scarlet just MK11 Scarlet, I'm guessing?
Yeah,
Obviously,
but
obviously.
but more red. Because a lot,
red,
cause they did recolor a lot of the characters to try and
I'm pretty
up.
certain there is not a single MK9 model in that, right?
No. They have MKX, Tanya, and Goro.
Yeah.
So you can see it's like they just made it a bit more red.
And
compared
Quan
to
Chi,
the
right? MKX
original
Quan
one.
Chi. No, MKX Shinnok. MKX Shinnok.
Yeah, Quan Chi is actually based on MK9, but it's not like directly because there are like little deviations, I guess, to fit the mobile version.
I see. Yeah, because I remember Fujin is very different
Load.
too.
Well,
Focus.
Base Fujin is the normal story mode version.
The cutscenes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even recolored. It's exactly the same. But then you have the other one, which is completely made up. And I'm like, why did they not have more made up ones? Kotal is MK11 exactly.
Yep.
Shang Tsung is his default costume exactly.
Shang Tsung is
Melina
Karahiroyuki, from what I recall. Yeah.
They have tweaked his face a bit. Because I believe what it was that in MK11 there were 2 face models, like which was Karahiroyuki Tagawa now and like a younger person that they kind of blended together.
Yeah.
So I think they've taken Kari Tagawa out because his voice in this is I'm pretty sure it's Alan Lee. That is who played him in the new game, isn't it? Pretty sure it's
Actually, let me see.
Because there's a lot of voice actors now with Lee in various spellings out for their surname, so it's getting confusing.
Well, it's kind of like the name John. It's just kind of common, you know.
Yeah, Alan
Right in
Lee
the-
is the voice
right
of
in the
Shang
middle.
Tsung.
See,
I gotta check out the Realmcast.
3 katanas.
Look at that! Oh my
Well,
gosh.
it's kind of like it reminds me of the bias towards Chun-Li in like Street Fighter V.
Oh,
Like some
yeah.
characters didn't even get a costume too, but she had like 15,
Oh yeah.
including a wedding dress.
I
So
think
someone
I'm-
just actually wants to marry Chun-Li at
I
the
think
studio.
that
In
was
this-
because a particular artist just kept doing loads and loads of because he really liked it, so he just kept doing loads of costumes for
Yeah,
it.
like in
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 1 right now, it's like Scorpion and Sub-Zero, every invasion, if you go to the shop, it's filled with different alts and like masks. And you get
Yeah,
Reiko, you'll be
it's-
lucky if you have 2.
Yeah, it's like it's like in with a DLC. Like Collector never got a DLC costume.
Oh wow.
All he ever got was 2. Well, it was 4, but it's really just 2 themes for Combat League, and that's it.
I mourn for the 2 collector
be
mains
fair,
out
though,
there.
Collector's outfits were already pretty dang good. Like I liked them already.
Yeah,
the Lord
weirdly
of the Rings
enough.
one covered in armor was so
Yeah.
sick.
I like his default, yeah.
I he's not in this game. I think he's the. I think he and Cetrion and Geras are like the only characters from MK11 other than like the combat kids and stuff who are just not in this game at all.
Huh. And he's in
Oh, and
M1K actually.
Rain.
Collector is in M1K, funny enough.
Yeah. Like he's not even in the in-game shop in this. He's just not in it at all.
If they ever do anything with him in the story, like I kind of like a little bit of what they're doing, which is just randomly appears in the background. Look at that Jade. You know, he's the shopkeeper in Invasions. Okay,
No.
he shows up in the arcade ending in like Kenshi's arcade ending, just with them in the background, like, "Hey guys, I'm here." Or, like if that's his role, I kind of like that. Like just randomly appears out of nowhere for some reason. Would you guys like to talk a bit about Tekken?
Sure.
All right. Because I played through the story mode, and I'll be honest, story mode is very easy if you just turn on special controls. You don't even know how to play the
Play
game.
ranked, you fucking pussy.
The day afterwards, I started just like playing a character, and then just go through arcade quests, learning. I watched a 1-hour video guide on how to play this character, and I was like. But I learned I played for like an hour of just like going through every single one of the moves, and by the time I was like an hour through, I was only 20 minutes through that video. I was like, oh shit, fuck this. I'm just gonna take what I learned here and just play the game. And I'm really enjoying like the game, just like how you play it and how you like do the moves and stuff. It's like, oh, like you can do your strings, you can do your like launching combos and the tornadoes and the finishing. You can hit lows, you can do heat into this. It's very fun. Like I'm enjoying the game. I have not played online yet. I feel like I don't know how I feel when I do that, but I've only played through ghost battles and
fucking
stuff.
pussy.
I was going to, but I didn't have enough time. I turn on
You want to
Tekken.
do it soon before everyone gets good.
True. I turn on Tekken an hour before we start recording because I was like, I gotta play through this one mode before we can record so I get all my opinions about what I have with Tekken. So I played a bit of the Tekken ball. It's pretty fun. Just randomly swinging moves, get them out.
Yeah.
Sindel.
There she is.
But I think the big thing that we want to talk about for sure is mildly talk about the story mode, because I feel like that's the big thing, especially for us. We love talking about story mode.
I want to
shenanigans.
crap on the arcade endings too.
I haven't gone through all of them yet, but they are.
Snake's not going to be happy with one character in particular. It's like the most lazy.
I have
ending
heard
possible.
that they really did Asuka dirty in this game.
It's just the same. It's
Yeah.
you've seen one ending, you've seen them all. It's the same ending.
Well, not just the ending, in the story mode
Lily,
too. She's
you're
just,
here. Damn. Guess we gotta fight.
I mean,
I
Asuka.
just hate the fact that what they've done with Asuka is that, like, here's a character who is related to the main character, has the same surname, has the power to
Apparently,
suppress his evil
the
side.
devil gene. Yes.
And all they've done with her is decide, yo, Street Fighter Sakura Karin, such a good rivalry. We're gonna rip that off without the friendship that makes it interesting.
Yep.
Fuck
Also,
you.
At
fun
this
fact,
point,
so
At this point, don't I've never mentioned that she's a Kazama. Like, I feel like that'll help you with her character. If you know she's a
Well,
Kazama, that changes everything. Huh?
it's hard not to though, because like it's not really a spoiler. That is brought up in story.
It is
like,
brought
her
up in a
family
very
tree.
funny way. Yes,
Yeah.
like 2 times in a way.
They do make sure
As
to
a
mention it.
joke.
But what's also sad, Snake, is it's not just those two. Tekken 8 literally pairs up everybody. Like, there is not a single character with like their own ending. It's just about them. They always have to include like some other character, and like it's either their friend or their rival, and it's like really frustrating how no one gets to have like their own ending. Or
trying
like
to
none of them
think
push the
if-
plot forward either. They're all what if
Yeah,
scenarios.
arcade
None
endings
of
are
them
all
are
what if,
canon.
yeah.
It's a big waste of your time. It's worse than Tekken Tag 2, because at least with 2, it's like some of them were interesting.
I will defend one thing about
Anyway.
the arcade endings though, because you're
pretty.
comparing like perfection, my dude. Like Tekken Tag 2 is like they changed the art style. They have hand drawn stuff in some of those endings. Like
Sure, but at the time, Tag 2 was made fun of for none of it mattering.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
at least
but-
those are
but
really
it's-
good
it's-
funny
you got nothing
ways.
out of
It's
it,
a
really.
non-canon
Like, for
dream
Pete's
match.
sake,
But
sorry,
it's a
go ahead.
non-canon dream match, but that game's ending, some of them were still develop the character. Like Steve's ending in that game developed him more than anything from 6. Because
Or 7 even, probably, yeah.
Because that's where we learn that Leo's mother was one of the scientists that experimented on him as a kid.
Ooh.
I can't
that's
wait
what
to see
was
that
revealed in
explored on
Tag
in
2.
8. Oh. Yeah.
And,
Yep.
and so what I mean is Tekken Tag 2 is like really, really good
Oh.
in my opinion.
Well,
but
what's also funny too,
let me defend
Snake, is
one
that
last
Tekken
thing.
8. Go ahead, yeah.
yeah, is that it's still better than Tekken 7's arcade endings, which are just like
Yeah,
in-game
those are garbage.
cutscenes.
All Yoshimitsu did was fall into tits on accident and get attacked in the balls. That was Yoshimitsu's ending.
Shaheen defeats Kazu and then is like, you know what? I'm not gonna kill you. You can be working for me. You can tell me about. Oh, he flew away. Okay, bye. It's like
the
at least there is a cinematic cutscene. Like there's
the only endings in 7 that had anything interesting at all were
Miguel?
Steve because he finally confronts Nina, even if she's just like, I don't care about you.
Oh.
I'm ending this plot line. At least something interesting happened. Miguel, where he's like, oh yeah, I'm not ready to kill you just yet, Jin.
I'm gonna wait for your
and-
happiest moment and then like take that away from you. Do you want Katarina and her dad? This is a little bit of a plot there.
Which the game never gave me any reason to give a shit about either of those characters.
No.
So
Dude,
How dare
I don't
you?
even- I don't know what-
Katarina is hot and Gigas is cheeked up.
how dare
what
you?
About the part where,
you can
where
switch,
Master
you can
Raven,
switch those two around.
what about when Master Raven is just doing the same bullshit that Raven did, but she has tits. Like, it's the same shit. Like, she's the rivalry with Dragunov.
Wait, is this the one where Dragunov drives the tank, like in Tekken 7?
I don't remember
Yeah.
because they're all the same.
That's why I joked last time we talked about this. I joked that if you want to pretend that Dragunov's ending is canon, you can, because Master Raven is supposed to take Dragunov out, and then she's not in Tekken 8, and it's just back to regular Raven. So it could be implied that she just fucking died in
I
that
think-
game, and Dragunov just killed her.
I think very obvious that like the big boss, the behind the scenes person in the organization is like Master Raven. Like that's my guess, because obviously you see in the story even like Victor is like, yes, the higher ups are telling me to do this shit. So that's my my guess of what's going on there. But so my point is saying like even if Tekken 8's arcades aren't all the greatest, they're way better than 7 based off of like at least there's cinematics and at least it's better than 7. That's all I kind of like. That's like the bar that I like increased for me.
There was one more thing I wanted to mention, but I totally forgot it. It was also like a big, not even a spoiler, just something to like say that was funny, but I forgot.
Well, we're not gonna spoil Tekken 8's story, but the thing that really interests me about that is many people liked it. Many people were like, "Yo, this is the greatest fighting game story mode ever." So people are like really on board. I got me really excited to see. I'm not gonna spoil too much of how I feel, but I'll say this, and I wonder if you agree with me on this. Like, it's at least better than 6 and 7. Do you agree with it? Like, Dog?
I mean, that's not difficult.
That's not a high bar, exactly. The story mode kind of
it's like saying, you know, people said M1K story was good and played it. It's better than MK11.
MK11.
Like, no, you don't say.
for the people in my comment section who are actually saying that the story is like worse than MK11.
Fuck you.
He said it, not me. But there were people.
There's only one part of Tekken 8's story that got me actually mad, and I was like, "That's so stupid," and I can't believe that they did that. But
Only
otherwise,
one part. Only one
that's
part.
your preview for the next episode, because I'm gonna try and play through the story mode, because I have the game. I'm gonna try and play through the story mode by the next episode. So next time, which hopefully this will all just be one episode. So it's not like, oh, you have to wait 4 weeks from when
I think
we're
invasions
recording.
will happen, you know. So that'll be the next episode probably.
Yoshimitsu's also not in it, which was a bummer.
The story
I know
mode?
Some other characters don't. Yeah, he's not in story mode.
He's in story mode.
When?
Do you want me to spoil it?
I don't.
Yeah, so, like I
I
can.
know that maybe in the tournament at one point he shows
Why
up.
are you
I
asking
remember him
him?
being
That's
in the
it.
shot.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he also shows up again somewhere. But okay, that's all.
I was skimming through it, and I never.
Hey,
saw him in a
you were
single frame, so I thought
skimming
he was just
through.
missing.
Wow,
Yeah.
play through the damn story mode, dog. Unbelievable. You gotta get the full experience. You gotta watch the movie, okay?
Says the guy that probably pressed one button the whole time with the auto combo feature.
Oh
Man, so immersive.
You're
I
not
did
gonna use
so
auto
much.
combos, huh? Don't use auto combos then in the story mode at all.
Look
then.
at me, I'm Sonic. I'm getting the full gameplay experience. Square,
Unbelievable.
Square.
I press E.
Triangle.
You gotta press
triangle,
square for lobes, okay? You can't press square.
just-
You can only press square once. You gotta press triangle, noob.
I'm just reminded
My
of the fact
mistake.
that because I recorded all the footage for the 7 video, and part of the footage, I don't know what happened. The footage just wouldn't. The program just refused to like render out the footage, and then it just is gone from the files. So I don't know what's going
shit.
on. So I need to play through the last quarter of it again, which means redoing the fucking Kazuya fight at the end, which is the fucking worst part of the story mode.
That's interesting. I would say that would be the only saving grace of the story mode. You're saying it's the worst.
It's not fun to play.
Oh, for playing
hard,
wise,
and
I'm talking
it
more
drags
like
on
you know,
so long. So I have to replay all. So I have to replay that entire section again, and record all the cutscene footage as well. So you have to sit there while the guy talks about how he fucking wanted to stab Jim with a screwdriver, but was told not to, so he didn't.
The idea of being able to take down Jin with a screwdriver is already so funny. That man has been thrown through buildings and just like walks it off. I'm convinced that a meteor could hit the Mishima family and not kill them.
I really dislike when fighting games get to that point where it's like the characters are like these like Dragon Ball Z god figures, and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
so it's like, so anyone who isn't like that doesn't matter. They literally cannot win.
That is
Because
like
you see, because I played the first part of the demo for 8. And did the part where Kazuya and Jin are
Kazuya and
fighting.
Jin fight,
it's,
yeah, okay.
And it's basically just the finale of Tekken 7 again, where you're just fighting Kazuya across multiple rounds. You keep beating up, and he just goes, "Ha ha ha! I'm more powerful because reasons." And then like you're just blowing up buildings and smashing through everything. And it's like, how is Ling Xiaoyu supposed to fight Jin?
yeah.
What?
That is, that's the thing of like why before Tekken 6, it's like I kind of like, I really like the series. Now I'm like, you gotta blame a lot of things for Tekken 6 and like
It's like
7.
for all of its problems, at least with Street Fighter, I can even though it won't happen, I could at least see like a Rufus like fighting Ryu and like having a chance to win. He won't, but he has a chance to. It's feasible, Whereas
You
here
say
it's
that.
like, if Bob fought Jin, he'd get fucking obliterated.
Yeah.
If like if Kano fought like Liu Kang, he'd get obliterated. It's like
Yeah.
I think a lot of fighting games just don't go for that. They're just like, nah, everything has to be like big hype Dragon Ball Z bullshit. And it's like Dragon
Snake,
Ball Z isn't even that good.
It's
He
not.
said it.
But Snake,
Oh,
Snake,
they both said
you
it.
say that Snake, you say that Rufus might stand a chance against Ryu, but in one of our older videos, there was some guy in the comments who must be reading some What If comics or like just
Okay.
the side comics for Street Fighter that I've never read, because he was adamant, and God bless him, we need more super nerds like this, because he's definitely read some of the side material that's not canon, by the way. None of that's canon, only the games are, but he's like, oh, dude, Ryu would like stomp Jin. And I was like, I don't think so, dude. Like, Jin casually survives being thrown through an entire skyscraper. And we're talking like every floor of that skyscraper he fell through and walked it off. He went, dude, Ryu has destroyed entire cities. Ryu's destroyed a fucking meteor. Ryu can blah, blah. And I'm like, okay,
Really?
buddy,
I don't think
recall
you can
any of
I don't
that.
think you can power scale Ryu based on Marvel vs. Capcom or Asura's Wrath. I don't think they count, dude.
He's in
Oh, is that
Asura's
what he,
Wrath.
oh, he probably did mean Asura's Wrath.
my
Do you think he
gosh.
believes that's canon and not just like a funny, dumb thing?
He's in
Possibly.
It's really
Asura's
meant
Wrath.
to be just
I
like
didn't even
dumb
know that.
fun. Yeah, there's a secret boss in Asura's Wrath, which is just meant to be for fun. It's clearly not possible.
Yeah.
Because Asura can destroy entire planets.
For a start, you fight
Yeah.
Ryu on the moon.
Yeah, he'd be dead.
Yeah, like he can just.
No, his sheer
but-
badassness and the Tetsuya Haru will make him survive. The nothing
Dude,
power, you know, he can use that.
I freaking love the idea that he got that from Azura and thinks that that's canon. That's so funny. Especially since the fight between Akuma and Asura ends with them both becoming statues. So, like, they're clearly, like... But, yeah, it is whatever.
So I'm gonna make
Akuma
a.
has sunk an island before, though. So Akuma is pretty OP.
Oh yeah,
But that was only in the
Akuma
comics.
is actually yeah for sure, definitely. I'm gonna make a bold prediction, and I'm gonna say that Snake is gonna hate Tekken 8 story mode. That's my bold
Maybe,
prediction.
because he and I are both pretty critical, and we both like appreciate character development and stuff, and there's very little of that in Tekken 8. Some
So-
characters legit show up just to stand there in the background and walk around a little bit, and like
There is
that's it. They don't do
particularly
anything.
one that did piss me off. I'm like, do something with her. What the fuck? Come on. Yeah.
I think we're both thinking of the same character.
Actually, no, dog. I think you're thinking of another character. I'm thinking of one who literally just stood there, ran around, and did nothing. But there was another character
Yeah,
who was
we'll-
like, if you're a
we'll-
fan of this
we'll-
character, you got fucked. Like, there are
We'll
some
talk about
characters.
this. We'll talk about this next time,
Yeah.
hopefully.
I'll say this though.
Snake, there is one thing I want to mention real quick, Snake. You'll find this funny because you did a full breakdown of the Tekken series on Netflix. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
even though Leroy was brand new in 7, right, and he was added to that series, you'll be happy to know that it's already been made not canon.
Oh, yeah, for
because
sure.
When he meets Jin, he goes, "It's nice to finally meet you."
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I was like, oh, the
that
anime is
didn't
not canon.
happen. He
The anime
didn't
is
compete in the
definitely
Tekken
not
3
canon.
tournament
Yeah.
or whatever.
The
Yeah.
moment I saw that.
Of course, Bloodline was never going to be canon. It's just an adaptation. Like they're not going to override
That's why it's funny
Tekken
though,
3
because
the
they
game with
purposely
the show.
put him in there, like a 7 character. So you think they try to like, you know, keep
Yeah,
that going.
yeah,
but-
exactly. I will say, when I finished the story mode, I was like, I enjoyed this. That was hype as fuck. And then a couple hours went by, and I'm like, these things are starting to pop into my head, being like, hang on a second. This is getting kind of dumb the more I think about this. It's getting.
See, because there's someone whose opinion on Tekken I trust who said it's actually good. So I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
That's actually why I bought the game at all, because apparently the story mode's good, according to this
A
person. who's
lot
also
of
been-
people
who's
really
also
like
been-
the story mode. That is
This
true.
this person is highly critical of like 6 and 7 stories. So I trust his take. So hopefully I won't be too disappointed. But I'm not expecting too much because I have played the start of the game and I'm like, clearly there's going to be a lot of style over substance. But hopefully I can at least get a few decent moments out of it.
That's the
Or-
thing, though. It depends on what you want to get out of this. If what you want to get out of this is
Dragon Ball
like
Z.
that thing in the story mode, then you're gonna love this. If it's like I'm being very careful what I'm saying here. If it's like some other things, a lot of other things that you want out of a story mode, but instead you're getting like this specific thing, I don't know about this. Like, again, I enjoy this movie, but that's like how I said I enjoyed MK 2021 when I watched it. Like, that's how the movie. Yeah, of course.
It's very pretty, I'll say that. The
Yeah, the
Tekken
cinematics.
story mode is
The
pretty.
cinematics
It's
are
got
actually
good
really good.
cinematography. It has a lot of basic anime stuff that happens in it that's fun.
Okay,
One character who I thought would be super important does almost nothing, and I was like, huh.
Yeah, I might be thinking of that one character with you too right now. I might.
There's like three. There's like three characters that could have been like really important to the plot, and they barely do anything, and you're like, huh.
I mean, 7 was like that as well. The only characters who mattered in 7 were Heihachi Kazuya.
And the reporter.
Oh yeah,
in a way.
Yeah.
Well, Tekken
In a
7
way.
is like infamous for that though, for like
Yeah.
not even having a real story mode. It's just
some-
like these
some
three characters.
Some characters showed up in multiple scenes. Nina was in a bunch of scenes, but she didn't matter.
Yeah. I will say this though, Tekken
Lars,
8.
Elisa, Lee.
If I'm not mistaken, actually every single character on the roster is in the story mode, like all of them, and that I would say is a bit of an advantage. But how they are utilized, depending on which characters, might piss you off. Some of them, yeah.
I don't know why NetherRealm, even though the writing is often very spotty and the actual structure is often plagued by like these weird structural things, they at least do put the characters in and give them something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
even a character like Collector who just shows up just to lose, like he's there and you can at least like look at it and go, I remember the thing he did. You get that at least. So it's like why are they the ones who like, everyone else just looks and goes, oh, we're gonna do what they do, and they do it worse. Holy shit.
So, I think the best way I can describe like this story mode is it entirely reminds me of like an anime movie, and I mean one of those like video game like anime movies, like the Resident Evil, Vendetta kind of feel.
How dare you? Those are fun.
That's what I mean. Like, you could take this as a good thing or not. It's that kind of feeling where you see your favorite characters interacting, doing cool shits and stuff. It kind of also reminded me like Final Fantasy VII's movie, the what was that called? Like
Advent Children?
Advent Children. That kind of style, the cinematics and stuff. Take that as a positive or a negative, how you will, but that is kind of how I felt with it. Yeah, I don't want to say too much more, but basically, I don't think it's like 10 out of 10 outstanding amazing. I did enjoy it though. That's all I will say for now. Oh, there's just so much I want to spoil. Oh, we gotta wait for the next episode.
Because Snake didn't do his due diligence and just watch it like I did.
To be fair, we are like almost 3 hours in, so if he did play and we did chat about it, that's gonna be a long episode.
It'll be
Dog,
2 episodes.
play the story mode. You get $10 million if you beat it. You never have.
get like that much just for playing it. Like, just
You
for
get a
playing
lot of money for
random people
playing it,
online.
indeed. Yeah, but I mean,
and also the online is pretty generous. Like you don't get. I'm green rank still because I don't get much time to play. My buddy who used to be like yellow, orangish, maybe lucky to get red, on day 2 of playing online was already red. So like you can clean through the people right now because they're all beginners and crap.
You
The
were-
only
you were
annoying
very
thing
fast,
Is
yeah.
the heat mechanic and supers are very obvious panic buttons that sometimes catch me off guard. I'll be just decimating a dude, and he just pops super. I'm like, "You suck! I hate you!" And it hits me. I'm like, "Ah!" And I'm forced to watch this like long cutscene.
to be,
For the super.
Street Fighter
move.
6 is kind of like that, right? It's got the parries and then the rush to handle like that's sort of a panic button in a way.
Yes, but in Street Fighter 6, there's an immediate like downside to doing it. In Tekken, there's really not. The heat move is plus on block and has really good range, and it's fast. So like, there's no reason not to pop it when you're being pressured, pretty much.
I see.
Except the armor's not instant. And you can throw it. You can throw armored attacks, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But you can't throw. I don't think you can throw the super. It's like the only exception. It's armored, but you also can't throw it, which is like super dumb.
I see.
Yeah, hate it. I hate supers in Tekken. I think they never should have been added, but that's just me personally.
I mean, every fighting game's got it, so.
Yeah, but at least in Street Fighter 6, you have to like build it. In Tekken, it's every round. They get
That's
a free
right.
super
You
when
have
they're
like
low
a
on life.
meter. You do not have meter at all. It's kind of like a fatal blow in that case. You know, like when you're
Well, yeah,
almost
they were
dying,
before
then
fatal
you
blows.
use
Tekken invented that gimmick of being low on life and getting your super.
your rage. Yeah.
Unless you go really far back to like Fatal Fury when they were the first to actually do it. But that's like really far back into I was a sperm. So that's too far back.
Yeah.
But Yeah, Tekken's fun. I recommend playing it online, going through the ranks. You don't get D-ranked in the greens, it looks like. So you can lose and you won't go down. So you'll make it to at least yellow.
I could try my my character that I'm playing right now to get out
Just
there.
tell
at
us who you're
least.
playing.
Well, okay. Well, actually, we can sort of say who we're all playing. I know you've been playing some Asuka in your recent video, and you're saying you're trying Reina right now.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Reina's very fun. I know King also to a pretty good extent, and I wanted to learn Yoshimitsu even more, but despite me loving that character, I'm just never good with him. I've never made him click at the same level I can with like you saw my Asuka just trolling through people.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I can just destroy people with some characters, and now with Yoshimitsu, I've never been able to for some reason.
Pretty sure, like, you both do not like this character, because this is the character that kind of made me even want to buy this game.
Okay.
Victor.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I think, like...
He's too anime for my taste, but
like, that's the exact reasoning as to why I'm very into playing Victor. Because, okay, Tekken is a very, like, martial arts, like, fighting style, like, game. So the differences between characters are mainly just based off of the way they fight and stuff. Victor is just kind of like, okay, every freaking move I'm gonna do is flashy. Like every move
yeah,
is
he
gonna
just
be.
appears sometimes from like play, like he teleports Akuma style, and it's like, where'd he go? And it really throws me off. There's so many effects on screen that I can't tell what's happening sometimes. And also, here's the most annoying part though. He has the big katana and the gun, sure, but also the little combat knife. So most of his attacks count as weapon attacks. Not sure if you both know this, Snake and Sonic, but you can't parry those.
I heard that in your video.
So Victor is just like immune to parries by default, which is absolute nonsense. But then again, Coffee Girl has a parry where she walks forward and dances at you, and it auto parries highs and lows. You have to do a mid. If you try to even throw her, she'll slip the throw and get to your side and get like a full launcher or some shit. So Coffee Girl is also extremely toxic, but I love her. I love her energy.
I have heard like Azucena is gonna be like a big knowledge check character too for beginners, which is why they recommend her for some people. Hey,
It's a bad.
That's
I
cool.
completed the set. I have all 8 now.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's great.
And look, he has a sword, not the nunchucks like Johnny Cage. So they
Yep.
could have given him the nunchucks, but Johnny had them. So Johnny had those, like 7-8 years before Liu Kang ever did.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, that is interesting.
I guess that's because they saw like the 2 toy parts left, like, and they just had Johnny Cage and Liu Kang. Like, it makes 0 sense for Johnny Cage to have a sword. So is that Sonya? Nice. Yeah.
That's
Deadly
cool.
Alliance?
The G.I. Joe ones.
Oh, G.I. Joe. Okay.
But here's the funny
She had a
thing is,
bodysuit in Deadly Alliance also, I think, for an alt.
yeah, the general version. But the thing about this is, look at this outfit. So that's nothing like Sonya. Because, see, I figured this out because of Doggy's Arcade when he was talking about Street Fighter G.I. Joe figures where they reuse like old molds. They've done that here. This was Jinx. This entire body came from Jinx, the ninja lady who normally has like the Kenshi blindfold. But there's a version of her where she's wearing this outfit in red. And I'm like, so that's what it is, and that's why she looks so weird. Because other
Interesting
characters-
how they did that back in the day. Yeah, I actually started off trying off Raven specifically just because I made him look like Reptile, but after playing him a bit, I'm like, this is not
hard.
a beginner character. Yeah. So I tried out a bit of Victor, and I'm like, oh, this guy's flashy. Like, I can do shit with him. Who is that? Is
That is
that?
pretty cool too.
See, I can't see the name. Is
Kano,
that,
obviously.
Is that Johnny? Oh, Cabal?
Matar.
Cabal? Yeah.
Oh, Liu Kang.
Movado?
Yeah, why does he have the hook swords then?
Because just to throw in extra stuff. Think about this. So this means that that Cabal is actually the 3rd MK character to be associated with hook swords, because Baraka was going to have those in MK2 before they gave him the arm blades, and Liu Kang has them here.
Huh.
He also has a rocket launcher. I don't know why.
What's so great about these, Snake, is these are like, you would think they were Chinese knockoff versions of the toys that I've seen memes of, where like it's a Spider-Man toy clearly, but it's called like Superman or something. This is like that, but it's the actual official Mortal Kombat G.I. Joe stuff. That's so funny.
Sub-Zero.
I like Reptile.
Hey, there's Reptile.
Yeah.
Reptile and Kano come with vehicles. Reptile comes with a vehicle.
Submarine.
It's so weird. He's got
Right, the reptile
dragon
submarine.
MK.
I remember seeing that. Like,
It's so funny.
so random. Oh, bless you.
I'm just picturing Reptile putting like his face on everything. Here's my reptile submarine. Here's my reptile mobile. Which now that I think about it, I'm just copying that guy from Has Been Hotel, the snake dude.
Have you been watching that?
Forgot
I
his
have
name.
not. I have not started watching.
I finished it.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
it was
Is
good.
it over the whole season?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh wow. I guess I'll have to catch up. I'm interested in that. Hey,
Look at those 80s footwear.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Reptile, actually, I
The
could
3D era footwear. This is where it originated. This figure.
really, really.
I mean, this is the first time he had that.
I
So
see.
If you don't have his kung fu shoes, so I'm like, which figure do they repurpose for this? So, because there is a website that has all the old GI Joe images on, so you can like browse all of them from like the 80s and the 90s. So I've been slowly trying to work my way through that, trying to figure out which characters did they repurpose for Johnny Cage or for Raiden, because I don't know if you can tell,
That's so
but
many
Raiden has
figures.
it's just these four for this set. But
Okay.
look at Raiden. Like you notice that he's got these like military like
Jacket.
it's like belts,
machete.
like vertical belts. Yeah, but like you can't really tell. But like, he's got like military pouches, and like right at the top, right near his shoulders, you can maybe just see it there. He has grenades.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
He didn't even have grenades in Unreal Championship 2, where he used guns. But he has grenades here. So I'm like, who did they repurpose for Raiden to where they gave him grenades? I think Shang Tsung has them too.
That is.
Yeah,
Since you brought this up, Snake, since you're bringing this up, I just realized something too that I think is funny.
Grenades.
Not grenades, but just like stuff being mixed around everywhere. So Johnny Cage in Deadly Alliance had that big obnoxious belt, and it has like the lion's head with the door knocker on it for some reason,
Yeah.
like the handle you would grab to like knock on doors, right? It has it on his belt, and then I just realized that Melina in Mortal Kombat 1 has that exact same thing, but on each side of her hips.
The Shiva Renata skin, right? We mentioned that last time. The door
Or just her
knocking.
regular default Melina skin
Wait,
has
is
the
it
door
default?
knocker
I thought
on
it
each
was.
side.
I thought it was the Shiva Renata skin.
I don't know them by those fancy names.
It's
but
the festival skin. Right? I remember that's where the knockers were.
I mean, her knockers are on full display with her
her
base
default
skin,
one has
so-
it too, on the hips, on her thighs, I mean.
I see.
I do see the
Yeah.
hoops.
By the way, since you
you
were
wanna
talking about
grab 'em.
Reptile, I could show you guys something pretty cool here. Not for the fans here. You guys gotta wait until February 10th when Chinese New Year happens, because I basically wanted to showcase a interesting. Like I was like, okay, have Reptile, but like make him look kind of like an Eastern dragon design, and so I'll be posting this for the Year of the Dragon on my Twitter.
Oh my.
That
Oh
was
my.
just give him like the Eastern dragon features and stuff. That was like a
Yeah, that's cool.
fun design.
If
The Year of the
Reptile was an
Scaly.
if he was an Overwatch character, he would have that, because Overwatch is always about the Chinese New Year stuff.
That's right. And I
Is it
got
just me, or like due to the shading, it looks like he has boobs.
well, I mean, pecs.
Go and tear.
Depends.
Yeah, but it looks like it's drooping
Yeah,
like a booby.
Yeah,
The anime booby.
the shade, like the shadow, makes it look like a bit more
And then
pronounced.
even funny, I know it's unintentional. It's just me seeing it, but like his beard too, the way his beard goes down right under the sash or like on top of the sash, looks like cleavage just barely being hidden by the sash. Like there's another booby right there.
Guys,
He's cosplaying old Shang
It's
Tsung.
good art though. It is good art.
guys, if you want to see this amazing booby reptile, make sure to follow me on Twitter. You'll be seeing it soon.
Don't do that. Don't follow him on Twitter. He'll do things.
I'll do things. Okay,
So
so
Awesome.
Weird things.
in about 40 minutes from now, one of my posts will go live, and basically it's gonna be like I'm gonna say I did an oopsie, and in the post I'm gonna be like talking about how I'm not gonna be releasing a new video by the end of each month. I'm gonna be releasing it by the end or first Friday of each month. That way I can make it more consistent. Whereas like if I did it on the end of each month, it'll be the video's coming out on Monday. Next month it'll be Friday. Next month will be Wednesday. It'll be very inconsistent. And I'll make a post like that. And for the post like that, I'll be showcasing this image. It's loading. Here it is.
Nice. They look good. Yeah. Oh.
That'll be the image I'll be posting.
that needs to be edited. Make an actual video animation
probably
of
will.
that for
an
the
animation?
video for the series when Reptile fucks something up.
yeah.
Do you mean like when he's supposed to be stealthy, but for some reason it's
Yes,
just on the building,
yes,
not cloaked, and so they just see him? And it's like, Reptile, why weren't you invisible there?
Objection! Before he even got spotted, he never even cloaked himself, so he thought he didn't need those cloaking. He slightly cloaked himself when he got spotted. Funny enough.
That's why I made the joke in my head that it's either painful for him to stay invisible, or it's like trying to hold in a fart really bad. He's like, I gotta release.
Maybe.
It's like I think he might have played Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know the bit where they jump onto the truck to get into Shinra HQ, and it's like the truck's like a normal sized truck, but you have this big massive dude on top of it, and no one on ground level notices them, even if the truck comes right towards them. Like, they're not even on the ceiling. It's just like less than a story up. You can see the fucker right there, and you can't see it. What are you, fucking dumb? Reptile's like, yo, that's how stealth works. I'll just go high, no one will see me. And then Shao Kahn sees him immediately, and he's like, bleh.
Yeah, I could use this image. That episode is already like jam packed with shit already, but like, yeah. Anyways, I mean,
well, that's not Reptiles. No, it is Reptiles chapter. Yeah, I thought it was Astro's
that
chapter.
is
No, it's
literally Reptiles chapter. Yes.
Oh fuck. Yes.
What was your joke?
That's gonna be a very long one.
But yeah, speaking of very long ones, this has been a pretty long episode already. Had a pretty good chat. Very, very random stuff.
Cut all of it out except for the important bits, Sonic. You know
Yes, I'm only gonna keep my brother's like music video sponsorship.
I can't believe that we're stopping Sonic from editing his Sucks videos by making him edit this 3-hour monstrosity.
You know what's very funny? I gotta say this, by the way. The last time I was editing the podcast, I was doing the Blender animations. Literally, while editing this podcast, I'm doing something. Like right now, after I'm gonna edit this podcast, I'm gonna just work on my thumbnail for the Johnny Cage video, and also an animation for one of those things. So I literally am doing something while editing the podcast. So it's a blessing in disguise, weirdly enough.
I will say, you're staying around for a bit now, right? You're not going on any more little trips anymore. You're not going off somewhere. Because if you are, you could always consider chopping these podcasts into like 2 or 3 parts, and that way you have like it backed up.
Yeah, that's,
you know what I mean?
That's
That way you
kind of
don't
what
have to
we
worry
used
if
to
you
do,
go somewhere.
remember? Last year
'Cause
we just
we had a big break this time, didn't we? Between episodes, because you were gone for a bit.
We had a big break, aka 1 extra week.
Dang, we fucked, boys. It's over. Pack it up, boys.
You guys-
we did it. Give it our
guys
best
remember-
shot. It's over now.
Back in the day, we used to do one of these like once per month because we recorded long enough for like 2 episodes basically. Now I just release the entire episode since I just edit the whole thing down.
I mean, I would do the twofer, but that's just how I roll.
So see, that's why the show's gone downhill, because Sonic just edits out all the best parts. Because the best parts are when we're seeing the stuff we can't see on YouTube. So anytime Dog comes out with a slur, it's hilarious, but it has to go.
I would never.
You would never. But I don't know. It's like
Never.
it is funny. I guess I just kind of like chatting with you guys more often anyway. So I just don't mind just releasing an episode and recording 2 weeks later.
I mean, it does help that we have like our little chats off camera, because that means there's less stuff that we need to talk about on the podcast. Like we talked about Spider-Man 2 instead of talking about it on the show. And we talked about that for like half an hour to an hour.
I think so. Yeah, we do talk about a lot of things off camera, like how I'm very curious what you guys think about Free Ren now, since that's the newest anime that's coming out.
I've still only seen 2 episodes.
Yeah, I remember what you told me last time. So
I haven't seen any of that, but I've been enjoying
haven't? Okay.
Delicious in Dungeon.
yeah,
That's good.
Dungeon Meshi. That's really funny.
Dungeon Meshi. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. We know it's been a long break, and we hope you enjoy when we go off topic and just say silly things. I hear in the comments that's actually some people's favorite part, when we just like go off the
thank you
rails
very
and just start
much.
talking about random stuff.
Because they're tired of us talking about Mortal Kombat all the time.
Impossible. You are speaking nothing but lies. There's no way.
Yeah, we should make this a Tekken channel now. talk about.
Oh,
I tried.
there's nowhere near enough material in Tekken to talk about.
Fair enough.
Well, we'll see. There could be some wasted potential from Snake when he plays the game.
I
We'll see,
really
we'll
think
see.
Snake might be like motivated in this game to make videos. I do feel
Yeah,
like
that's one way to put it.
Wasted potential. Eddie Gordo's new fucking haircut that every black character has to have.
Hey, I'm just happy he's
Even
back.
in the new
Everyone
He-Man
just
show,
happy
which
he's back.
is good. Same haircut. Same haircut.
That's really funny in my opinion.
All right, everybody.
How do we end this? We gotta find a way. We always don't know how to end this. We don't know how to end this. Eto bleh.
And then just put the lizard on.
Yeah, there we
There
go.
you
Lizard
You
full
put the
screen.
lizard on right when you're saying it.
Lizard jump scare.